we interrupt your regular programming to bring you this special AM 1450 live sports broadcast.
Don't believe me, just watch.
No score on that board, Mike. Feels like a prize fight, the beginning of a heavyweight prize fight where you each opponent sort of feels out the weaknesses of the other one. Yeah, each of them getting in a couple of heavy body shots along the way here. We'll see who softens up first.
Hey, oh! Stop. Wait a minute.
He's got a man open. He hits him 20 yards, 30 yards, still on his feet, 40, and he will score all the way down. Call that a 65-yard touchdown for the Catoctin Cougars. Wow, and in a sudden turn of events in the momentum of this game, on a long bomb, perfectly dropped right in the bucket from Zachary Scott. Man, he hit him in back ride right over top of the defender, right into his outstretched arm. And then it was just a foot race.
Let me tell you a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up.
Musselman, shotgun formation, takes a snap, looks right. Backfield, runs the draw. There's nobody around him. He's got room. He's still on his feet down the 20. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Linganore Lancer on a 50-yard run from the line of scrimmage. Quarterback draw by Nathaniel Musselman.
Come show me, come on, dance. Jump on it. If you've succeeded.
They go to their power NFL Pro set. They hand off to the deep back straight ahead. Touchdown, Walkersville Lions. Low man wins on that one, Dave.
Good blocking from the backfield and a nice surge from the offensive line.
Well, that was an impressive drive that started out all the way back on the 27-yard line for Walkersville, and they just shoved that ball down Tuckson's throat.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Don't believe me, just watch.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Linganore High School, home of the Lancers, where we're here for the 3A state football semifinal between the Linganore Lancers and the Oxon Hill Clippers. My name is Michael Betteridge. I'll be doing your play-by-play and production, joined here with William Warren, also play-by-play and production, and color analyst Michael Rajnek. We want to thank the following game sponsors for making this game possible: Cousins Ace Hardware of Thurmont, Brownie's Auto Care, David Salon, Frederick County Bank, Gettysburg Auto Auction, Med1 Pharmacy, and Play It Again Sports. Thanks for sponsoring today's 3A semifinal state football championship. As a part of our pregame football interviews, we were able to catch up with two professionals very involved in high school football. Seasoned professional Sheldon Sheeler from MarylandPrepFootball.com, and then a second interview with up-and-coming sports writer and editor-in-chief of MarylandSportsAccess.com, Kyle McFadden, to get their take on tonight's game. And now our pregame show for your listening enjoyment. All right, we're here with Sheldon Sheeler by phone. Sheldon, what did you think about the game last week at Damascus? What are your final thoughts on that game?
Well, you know, if you remember, my parting shot to you was watch the kicker. It may be an important one. And I thought for a little time that 3-0 was going to hold up. But unfortunately for Walkersville, it didn't. But I think that game absolutely lived up to the expectation of two great teams, a great game that literally came down to the final play, the final drive. And, like many people say, it's unfortunate that wasn't the actual state championship game, because I think at this point forward, the winner of that game is going to be a clear favorite in 2A.
You're here with Sheldon Sheeler on the phone. He is the founder of MarylandPrepFootball.com and an authority on all things football in the state of Maryland. And Sheldon, have you heard any of the controversy after the game now that's been brewing?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, you guys made a call of it. Looked like there was an extra player on the field for Damascus. I never saw the video or never did a count. So, it's unfortunate if that was the case, but, decisions happen in real time, and probably going to have to live with this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, we do. I don't know if you heard, but there's been some rumblings about a couple of ineligible players.
Oh no, that's news to me because as I indicated last week.
Right. Well, you can never really, in our job, we can never really comment on the officiating because these gentlemen work so hard and they dedicate themselves to doing a great job, and there's always going to be issues with it. There are some things rumbling now. I doubt very seriously if anything will come of it. It was just one of those games for the centuries that you're glad to be a part of and you're glad to see, and, you'll remember and talk about for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to step back for a second regarding ineligible players and situations like that, the state actually does have rules in place where if a team has to forfeit an outcome in the playoffs, it has to be done by a certain time in order to allow the team that was defeated to advance. But if it doesn't occur before that time and a forfeit is upheld, all it does is affects the next round of games, meaning the next team just simply receives a bye. And that game doesn't get replaced. Because we've actually had that occur where we've had sort of a walkover team advance in the playoffs without having to play in the game because of that very reason.
Interesting. Yeah. Like I said, I doubt that anything's going to come of it at this late stage. All of this was developing more or less on Monday, early Monday morning and over the weekend on Sundays. But anyway, having said that, it was a tough game. It was a tough game to watch for the Walkersville fans. The kids worked so hard, and then to see it to come down to a touchdown that a flag got waved off with 12 men on the field. I think there's just a lot of scratching heads right now over in Walkersville.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate way to end the season, but what an amazing run Walkersville's had the last 3 years. For sure. Certainly has earned the respect of a lot of people. You think about it, Walkersville's a rather small community in Frederick County, Maryland, but now there's not a football person in the state who doesn't know about Walkersville. Joe and that team has done a lot to put that community on the map as far as the state is concerned in football.
Absolutely. Great point. And, of course, we love Frederick County football, and one of the reasons why is we've got so many really good teams, well-coached teams. Another great coach, Coach Connor, has got his Linganore Lancers ready for Oxon Hill. Anything you can share with us about that game that you know?
Well, an interesting thing is Linganore and Oxon Hill are really not strangers. Because they have actually played against each other in the Ravens 7-on-7 tournaments the past couple of years, both at St. Paul's and down in our championship round as well. These are some teams that actually may have a little bit of insight on each other as far as their skill players are concerned. I definitely like Linganore in this one. I think Oxon Hill has some real game changers, but I think Linganore has the better chance of sort of owning possession, owning the ball, putting together drives, and winning a ball game.
And how much do you think the travel all the way across the state of Maryland and home field advantage will give to the Lancers?
Well, Oxon Hill does play a number of Saturday games by design, so this is going to be a little bit of a different scene for them. But Oxon Hill, their head coach is a very well-respected coach. He was successful at DC. He went and coached at the university level at Maryland and some other places. He knows how to prepare a team for a playoff game.
Okay.
So I think they're going to be pretty hyped up to be playing under the lights and in front of a big crowd. This is going to be, I think it's going to be exciting for Oxon Hill, to be perfectly honest. This is going to beat the heck out of a lot of their Saturday afternoon daylight games with half the stadium full of people. This is going to be a jam-packed Friday night under the lights and a lot of electricity.
Hey, it's a semifinal. Next stop is the Naval Academy.
Absolutely. Yep.
Well, okay, so Sheldon, finally, what do you see as the listeners' key to the game? What should they listen for in this game?
I did mention the line play in the Damascus game was going to be huge. I think that'll be the case again. If Linganore can really control the line, I think they're going to find themselves owning a lot of possession, being able to drive and score touchdowns. I'm liking Linganore in this situation, but I think it's going to be sort of like a 28 to 20 type of a ball game, a 28 to 14 ball game in Linganore's favor, as long as they can establish the running game.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Well, thank you, Sheldon. Sheldon Sheeler of MarylandPrepFootball.com, giving us his prognostications and giving us a little insight into this game we're getting ready to bring to you in the pregame analysis. Sheldon, are you going to be able to attend the game, or are you being called elsewhere?
No, it looks like I'll be there this week.
Outstanding. If you get a chance, stop in the press box so we can talk.
Oh, we certainly will.
Okay. Thank you, Sheldon. Take care, and a happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
You do as well. Thank you.
Okay, we're here on the phone in our pregame interview with Kyle McFadden from MarylandSportsAccess.com. Kyle, thank you for joining us here at WTHU.
Thank you for having me, Michael.
Kyle, tell me a little bit about your first of all, there's a little controversy swirling around your bulletin board material before the Walkersville game. Have you heard any pushback on that afterwards?
Yeah, I've, I just try to do my job to the best of my ability. And some things I let go just a little bit too far. Mm-hmm. I think some people took it too far themselves, but Damascus used it to their advantage. I thought Walkersville used some of my things as well, but not as much as Damascus did. Mm-hmm. And literally, as I walked into the Damascus locker room after the game, there were my tweets hanging up on the wall. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all good. It's all good.
Excellent. What's your post-game analysis of that Walkersville-Damascus game? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I had a conversation with one of a local media member, and we just wanted to leave the stadium that night knowing the kids decided it on the field. And I didn't feel that. But in the end, I really thought Damascus created more opportunities and chances for themselves. It's a shame that I have to look back on it and think, the kids never fully decided it on the field.
Yeah.
It came down to that one call, which I'm sure we're going to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. There were a number of calls that were questionable during that game, and also we've heard rumblings that there were two players that could possibly be ineligible on the Damascus side, but that's awfully hard. How they play with the addresses and that sort of thing in today's game. I mean, there's all the teams they're playing a little loose with the rules. If you would you agree to that?
Yeah, I would definitely say that every coach pushes their boundaries and as they should, but sometimes I'm not totally sure.
Yeah. Well, specifically the one play with Bracey where he played for Urbana last year, and now he's playing for Damascus this year.
Yep.
And the one play where he got the personal foul, where he actually punched the Walkersville player in the face, there was no call on that.
Wow. Yeah, there were a ton of missed calls that game. I got to go back and watch some of that film. It's just unfortunate that it had to go that way because we've been talking about that game for a full year now, and just to see it play out that way in front of probably over 6,000 fans just makes me disappointed.
Yeah, it was
Damascus. They played hard and they were more deserving, I believe.
Well, it came down to that one play, that quarterback draw, and that was really the decisive play of the game. It's just too bad that they had to score out of the Wildcat on a play that was clearly not a touchdown because they had we counted twice. They had 12 men on the field. If you go back and look at the video, it's plain and obvious that there were 12 men on the field. Why they waved off the flag is still something of bewilderment to all of us. But anyway, it's in the books. That's it. Damascus moves on, and Walkersville doesn't. And, truly this was a state championship game. Would you agree?
Exactly. Oh, my gosh, there's no question. I've heard things about Glen Park. And Hartford Tech is undefeated, but I don't see them even giving Damascus or Walkersville, if they would have won, a real shot. That's just my opinion. I think everybody believes that too.
Okay, let's move on to the game tonight. Linganore facing Oxon Hill, a team that, interestingly, they're not unfamiliar with, given the Ravens 7-on-7 games. What's your take on this game, Kyle?
They're really fast. They have a ton of speed. They do have one of the best wide receivers in not only the state, but in the whole nation. And Daniel George, he's a 6'2", 200-pound wide receiver who's committed to Penn State. He's big, he's physical, he's fast. He's hard to guard, hard to cover. Their quarterback, DeJuan Rollins, I think he's a 3-year starter, but I know he played last year for them. And they can throw the ball just a little bit. They have another wide receiver. I forget his name, but they have a few receivers who can give Linganore some problems. Because I know Linganore's got a few injuries. I know that Linganore is a tad banged up going into this game. And then running the ball, one reporter who covers them told me they run like a running back by committee. So offensive linemen, somebody told me their left tackle or one of their tackles is committed to Buffalo. Might be Noah Hayes. I'm not totally sure.
Okay.
Okay. And then defensively, they've been banged up through the course of this season, and I know they have a healthy team now. So they just beat Northern this past week, a very good Northern team by 9 at Northern. So I would imagine they're going to be coming into Linganore locked and loaded.
Yeah. And speaking of which, it's a Friday night lights game for them, traveling all the way across the state of Maryland. How much advantage do you think that gives to Linganore? Oxon Hill usually plays on a Saturday.
Oh, huge. I think it, psychologically wise, I think that because Oxon Hill, they have played Friday night games before, but they haven't been to Linganore, the routines and everything. It's going to throw them off just a little bit. Because that's a long drive for them. That's like an hour and a half at least.
No, it's more than that.
Friday night, like traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to throw them off just a little bit. But I would definitely give, that will help Linganore out a lot, just with the home field advantage and everything. And they play well at home in the playoffs. They've always played well at home in the playoffs. It will have a big impact. I do think Oxon Hill on turf is really scary too, just with their speed. But yeah, Linganore at home will definitely benefit them.
So, what does this game mean to you as a Linganore graduate? The Linganore is the only team left. This is the first time. How long has it been since they've been one away from a state championship?
My senior year, so that was back in 2013.
Okay, so it's been 4 years since they've been that close. That, of course, was at Raven Stadium. This one headed for the Naval Academy. What should we look for in your mind, Kyle? What is going to be the thing that we want to pay the closest attention to in this game?
I think it's going to be the team who honestly completes the most passes, who moves the ball through the air. I think Ryan Lay is going to need to move the ball. I think he's going to need to complete more than 4 passes this week if they want to win. I look for Joey Felton to match up with Daniel George.
Yeah.
Joey's incredibly fast, great athlete. He might be a tad quicker than Daniel, but Daniel's got the clear size advantage.
You've got 2 great coaches, experienced, prepared coaches matching up against each other. Both teams will be prepared.
Oh, of course. Coach Connor, he's one of the best I've ever come across. And then Coach Jeffries, I've heard lots of great things about him, and he will definitely have his guys prepared. Don't get me wrong about that.
Okay. Any last-minute predictions of a score for us?
Since Linganore only beat Westminster by 2 last...
It's true. We're all of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here
on 1450 The Source from Thurmont, Maryland. We are broadcasting live from Linganore High School in Frederick County for tonight's 3A football state semifinal game between the Oxon Hill Clippers and the Linganore Lancers. This game matches the Oxon Hill Clippers, who are 8-4 on the season, having won their first two games very competitively against Chopticon and knocking off Northern Calvert last week, and the Linganore Lancers, who's come in at 10-2. Lancers are playing some of their best football, having won 6 in a row since mid-season losses to Walkersville and the Oakdale Bears, both playoff teams. Oxon Hill's well-tested. Oxon Hill played in the powerful PG County League, playing the likes of Eleanor Roosevelt and Wise, the number 1 ranked public school in the state of Maryland. And they come in here with size that I don't think the Linganore team has seen in a long time. The players that we're going to be watching here. Players we're going to be watching here from Oxon Hill are going to be the Penn State commit George, number 11. He's going to be the best player. My name is Mike Reinick, and I'm here with William Warren. William Warren's also our producer. And we're going to be joined later by Michael Betteridge, the normal voice on 1450 The Source. And we're getting ready for kickoff here. It appears as though the Lancers have deferred to the second half. They will be kicking off. Will be number 16, Bennett Formulac. They'll be doing the kicking. Bennett's had an excellent season. Back deep to receive for Oxon Hill, the Clippers, is number 11, George. We're going to say his name a lot this evening. David George, 6'2", 205-pounder from Oxon Hill, who's going to be going to join James Franklin, the Nittany Lions, next year. Also back deep, it looks like, is number 25, Corey Watson. Corey Watson is a strong safety running back. Formulac to kick, tees it up. Linganore, their normal kickoff is not a deep kickoff. They'll try to do an angled kick and try to pin the Clippers down. Formulac's kick does go up. It's received by number 11 for the Clippers, number 16 for the Clippers.
Oh, there he goes. He's still going.
16 on the return. That's Paul Reed. Paul Reed made the return, knocked down at about the Linganore 40, or the Oxon Hill 42-yard line, and that's where the Clippers will take over, 1st and 10 from the 42. The quarterback for Oxon Hill is number 10, DeJuan Rollins, and he'll be joined in the backfield by the aforementioned Corey Watson. They run a shotgun formation. Looks like Watson in the backfield, 4 split out wide. This large offensive line. They
got some big guys back there.
They do. It looks
big
like
boys.
3 players, I think, tip the scales over 300 pounds, Warren. So Lancers are not used to that size. We'll see whether size or quickness, which one of them are going to win out. Oxon Hill's over the ball.
And the Linganore fans are over here trying to make some noise for their team. Here we go.
Snap to Rollins. He throws outside.
Oh, good breakup on that play.
That was number 5, Nick Albano. Albano breaking up the play, intended for number 12, Latrell Bram. Albano arrived at the same time as the ball.
That was great timing on his part. He knocked that ball right out with that hard hit.
And the secondary is one of the strengths of Linganore, so we're going to match strength against strength here. Wide receivers against the secondary. 2nd and 10 for the Clippers. Swing it out wide to George. He's hit first by Albano and then taken down by number 9, Nick Pauley, after a short gain. Albano is injured behind the play. He is coming off the field. Number 11, Rafael Rios, will take his place. Looked like there was a penalty flag. A sideline warning against Oxon Hill. Sideline warning against Oxon Hill.
So what does that mean, a sideline warning?
That basically means they came over the deep line on the sideline. They have to stay 5 yards back, and they came back. That could interfere with the play if running that. So they give a warning. Snap to Rollins. Rollins looking to throw. He completes this time
First
to
down.
number 1.
He's still going.
Number 1 complete to Christian Banks. That's about a 20-yard gain. That will be an Oxon Hill Clipper first down, driven out of bounds. by, I believe that was Pauly again.
That was number 9 who drove him out of bounds.
Nick Pauly. And the Clippers are moving. 1st and 10 for the Clippers at the Linganore 32-yard line. Triples to the right, lone receiver to the top. Pitch goes to number 21 for the Clippers. He gets the corner. Number 21 is Kimon O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan runs for about 8 yards, 9 yards, and out of bounds. Not sure who drove him out of bounds, but that's a good first down gain. Oxon Hill with 2 wide receivers on each side of the field. Single setback along with Rollins. Rollins looks to the sideline. The snap goes. He hands off to number 20 this time. Number 20 is hit initially by number 6, Joe Kolick, getting help from Jake Zudal, Brandon Champagne.
And they were pulling at the ball. They were trying to strip him.
I think this is not their normal running back. I believe he might have got banged up a little bit last week. And so they're trying to go for the ball. No gain, 3rd and 2 for the Clippers. Of note, we did note the Clippers have a very strong-legged kicker. Wilbur Rojas, I believe is his name. And they could go for a field goal in this range.
He could probably make a 30, 35-yard field goal easily.
Rollins gets the ball. He swings it out to his back. Number 20. 20 is hit first by Albano back in the game with help from number 22. I believe that's one of the Bromley brothers. Montana Dawkins caught that ball. Dawkins needed 2. Got it, looks like, about 5. 1st and 10 on the 21-yard line for the Clippers. They looked at the sideline to figure out what's going on. Rollins hands it off. Back. Inside, stopped by the center of the line. It looks like number 31, Michael Bromley, in on that. Not sure who was running the ball. Looks like maybe number 2, Jair Ingram.
And he's hobbling out.
And Ingram, we had said he might have got banged up last week. And Warren, you're right. You picked it up on his first carry. He hobbles off the field after a gain of about 1.
He's a big kid, too.
He is, and he's been very effective all season. They average over 100 yards a game rushing. Rollins looks to the sideline, 3 receivers to his right. He looks to his right. He pump fakes. He's getting pressure.
And it got him.
Number 47, Jake Zudal on the sack for the Lancers. Zudal back after being out for 3 weeks with an illness. Back in the game, makes a huge play for the Lancers. Back to the 25-yard line, and will make it 3rd and about 13.
He had good protection, and then he stepped up right into into Zudal's grasp.
He did, yeah. They had 3 or 4 seconds to throw. Must have been good coverage downfield by the Lancers defensive backs. Officials call a timeout. It looks like there's some equipment adjustment for the number 52 for the Clippers. And I think the official's going to make number 52 go off the field until he gets his equipment checked. We'll just take a second to look at that line we were talking about. Number
75 is really huge.
75 is 6'4", 330 pounds. Samaje Burrows, number 74, is 6'6", 300 pounds. So they've got some big fellas up front. 2 backs with Rollins in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Rollins takes the snap.
Here they come.
Lancers are coming after him. Pass thrown deep.
Intercepted.
Interception by number 2, Zach Willett. Zach Willett's a Mr. Everything for the Lancers. Last year filled in at quarterback, back at safety now. Willett with the interception. Lancers will take over on a touchback. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Linganore plays a lot of zone defense, so Willett gets to kind of drop back there and sit back a little bit, and he got that one.
The 2 backs were trying to provide protection in the middle, and the nose guard went right between them. And
after the previous play where Zudal got they kept an extra guy in to give him a little extra protection, but didn't get it. That's an inside handoff, goes to number 21, Ben Musselman. Musselman gains about 7 or 8 for the Lancers. A good first down play. Lancers have Ryan Lay back at quarterback. Musselman as the lone setback. They're playing Drew Flower along with
we got a penalty.
Joey Felton. I'm not sure. There's a flag on the field or an official's timeout. I know there's a flag. It was an illegal procedure against the Lancers. Not really sure how that happened. They weren't even at the line of scrimmage yet, but something must have happened there. The Lancers also have number 8 in the game. Number 8 is James Casper, going with a 4-wide look right here, along with Felton and the like. Lay under center. Lay back to Musselman up the middle. Musselman up the middle. Gains, just short of the 30-yard line. That's the yard line they need to meet for a first down. So it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, so he gained all the penalty yardage back and then a little bit more.
Looks like Linganore's coming with their big package here. Number 33, Joey Bruscia. Joey's the backup quarterback, but he doesn't look much like a quarterback. And number 23, Davon Butler, come into the game, along with Joe Kolick back in the game at tight end. Handoff goes to Butler. Butler's hit in the backfield, and he is stopped. Hit immediately by number 54. Number 54 is Derek Miller Jr. Got around from the left defensive end. Not blocked well by the Lancers. Number 57, Brandon Champagne, drops back to kick for the Lancers. 2 deep, George and Watkins, I believe. Champagne's kick gets away, bounces at the 45 and out of bounds at the 43-yard line. 43-yard line is where the Oxon Hill Clippers will take over. Their defense was stout there, Warren. 3 plays and out. Lancer defense didn't get a lot of break.
All right, we're not. We don't have the time, so never mind.
Wasn't a break in action here. We were about ready to take a station break, but we'll get that on the next turnover and downs.
Yeah, because they moved real quick.
Rollins is back on the field with his receivers. He's got two in the backfield, 2 running backs in the backfield alongside of him. Split on either side. 1 receiver up top, 2 at the bottom, and his 5 defensive or offensive linemen in front of him. They look over to the sideline again for a check. Inside handoff goes to number 20.
He's still on his feet. There he goes.
Big gain by number 20 for the Clippers. That's Montana Dawkins. Dawkins gains 11, needed 10 for the first down. 1st and 10 for the Clippers at the Linganore 45. Clock's running here.
6:53.
We're almost about halfway through the first quarter here. It's been going quickly. This time, handoff goes to the other back. Hit at the line of scrimmage. No, that was Dawkins again. Hit at the line of scrimmage, but pushed forward for about 3. We'll call it 2nd and 7.
Yeah.
Not sure who was on the stop. It looked like Big Isaac True might have been in there, number 79. True's wearing a cast on his right hand. Not sure what happened, but we'll have to keep an eye on that as time goes. Rollins looking to the sideline for the play. He's looking to pass this time. He looks to George, then goes the double move to George. The double move to George. He overthrows him. Ooh.
He had the step on the Linganore defender.
He did. Joey Felton, number 10, in pursuit. But number 11, George, did a double move on the outside. He was isolated against Felton. And pass fell incomplete. 3rd and 7 for the Clippers. All right, and the Clippers line up 2 receivers at the far side of the field. George close to us. 2 backs in the backfield, providing that extra protection. Rollins steps back. He throws to George. George drops it.
He heard footsteps.
Right in his hands, and that was number 22 and number 10, Joey Felton, and number 22, Joey Bromley. The Joeys were on defense there, and you said David George might have heard footsteps coming.
He heard footsteps. He heard number 22 coming because number 22 was getting ready to lay a pop on him.
All right, Felton back deep to receive. It looks like the Clippers are going to punt. Warren, can you see who's punting for the Clippers?
No, I can't see it.
Punt away.
Good kick.
Caught by Felton. He's hit immediately by number 88, Antoine Miller. Antoine Miller on the stop. And looks like Linganore will be taking over at about their own 10-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 10. And if you're playing a field position game here, it looks like Linganore
is a little behind on this one.
They're losing a little bit on every possession. Let's see if they can get a first down or two here. They come out with Lay under center, Bruscia at the fullback, Davon Butler in the backfield. Lay hands off to Davon. Davon
nice
running
move.
in between the middle, gets about 3 yards. 3 yards for Davon Butler. It's going to be 3rd and 7. It looked like number 16 coming up to make the hit for Oxon Hill. Number 16 is Paul Reed, their strong safety.
And 16 wasn't the first guy that the running back made miss.
Yeah, there was a lot of penetration. Linganore's going to have to do a little bit better job. Lay swings it out quickly to Felton. Felton makes a move inside.
There he goes.
Felton makes one guy miss. He's down the side.
Gone.
Joey Felton down the
He's
side.
gone.
Clippers are chasing. George catches him from behind the ball.
Fumble. Out of bounds.
Ball went out of bounds after that loose screen pass to Felton. Felton ran about 80 yards down to the 10-yard line, it looks like. There was a fumble at the end of the play on the strip by George. See where they're going to mark this ball. Looks like they're going to mark it at about 11 yards. That was David George, the Penn State commit, who caught him from behind. We know that Joey Felton can run a 4.40, so George was covering some ground there.
Yes, he was, because he's about 25 yards behind.
Lay back under center, goes to Butler. Butler gets down to inside the 10. Inside the 10 for Davon. Based on that, it looks like it might have been just back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit more. I'm not really sure. Gain of 1 they're giving him. 2nd and 9 for the Lancers. 4:52 remaining here in the first quarter. We got Schiller split out left along with Drew Flower and Bruscia, and handoff inside to Butler. Butler strong running down to about the 6, it looks like. That's going to be about a gain of long 3. Maybe it's going to be 3rd and 6 from about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, so they need to get to the looks
something
like
to get
3-yard
to the 2,
line.
Something like yep.
Yeah.
They're saying 3rd and 7 from the 9. So you're right, Warren, down to the 2. Lay under center. Bruscia in the backfield with Butler. Lay goes to Bruscia. No, he keeps it on the quarterback.
He's going to get it. Did he get it? Yes, he did.
Touchdown, Lancers.
Touchdown, Linganore.
Ryan Lay put it on his hip after faking it in the fullback's belly. Went to the cone, dove, touchdown. Ryan Lay on the keeper. Makes the score. Linganore 6, Oxon Hill 0. Number 16, Bennett Formulac on to attempt an extra point. It's Michael Bromley holding, I believe, and Zach Willett snapping. The snap is good. The set is good. Formulac's kick is up and good. And the Lancers lead 7-0. With the Lancers leading with 4:04 left in the first quarter, we're going to take a break. Take it back. We'll be back. 7-0 Lancers.
Serving our community for over 50 years with quality service at a fair price, Brownie's Auto Repair employs only ASE certified technicians. Brownie's is one of only 33 shops in the state of Maryland designated as an ASE Blue Seal of Excellence repair facility. They want to help you maintain your vehicle in a manner that keeps it trouble-free and fun to drive. Stop by today. That's Brownie's Auto Repair, located on Frederick Street in Walkersville, a proud sponsor of Walkersville High School athletics.
And this is William Warren. We are now back, and we're getting ready for the kickoff.
All right, we're back here at Lancer Stadium. 4:04 left in the first quarter. 7-0 Linganore. Formulac to kick off. As said previously, he'll probably be looking short on the kickoff. Formulac this time pops it in the air. It's received by number 16. That's Paul Reed. Reed makes a cut. Hit initially by number 22. Number 22 for the Lancers. That's Joey Bromley. Bromley hits him immediately, and that's what the Lancers look to do on those kickoffs. Oxon Hill will be taking over just outside their own 35, called the 36. 1st and 10, Oxon Hill. There's a ball on the field. Oh. Haven't got it set yet. A few sponsors here of our football game tonight. We'd like to thank Cousins Ace Hardware, Thurmont, Brownie's Auto Care, David Salon, Frederick County Bank. Rollins back. Looks to the sideline again. He's got 4 receivers split wide. Number 12 comes in motion. They give it to 12 on the jet sweep. Bromley blows it up. Great containment on the outside by number 5, Nick Albano. Short to minimal gain. Second down. Second down coming up for Oxon Hill, the Clippers. They tried the jet sweep. Tried to get outside. Second and 9. Second and 9 for Oxon Hill. Oxon Hill, they call their plays at the line of scrimmage. They got 4 receivers again, 2 on either side of the field. 1 back, I believe that's Montana Dawkins, in the backfield with Rollins. Lancers look like they're showing blitz, and they do come with the blitz. Pass complete to George.
Behind the coverage, and he's on his way, and he is going to score.
Number 11, David George.
Burn the blitz.
Gamble by the safety, came up, tried to make a play on the ball versus a play on the receiver. George tipped it, was able to corral it in, ran 65 yards for a Clipper touchdown.
And how quickly can the score even up?
Yeah, it was the second play afterwards. As we said earlier, Wilbur Rivera on the kicked the extra point.
He's got a cannon for a leg.
Rivera's a small in stature guy, but his kick is up, and it is good, and it's 7-7.
Just like that.
50 seconds after we came back, 3:14 left in the first quarter, 7-7, and it's going to be one of these games, I think.
And we will be right back after a quick station break.
If you own a business, you know that the workday doesn't begin and end with the hours posted on your door. Hi, this is Business Development Officer Steve Ennington, and at Frederick County Bank, we understand that too. That's why we make business banking easy and accessible, anytime, anywhere. From BuzzPoint Merchant Reward and Loyalty to online banking, remote deposit capture to business career service, Frederick County Bank, Frederick's true community bank, is open for business, anytime, anywhere. Contact me at 301-620-1400 or online at fcbmd.com. Member FDIC.
All right. We were watching Rivera warm up during kickoffs, and he can put the ball pretty deep for the Clippers. He's gonna tee it up. It's gonna be Felton deep, and then the Lancers have 3 other receivers back. Brusha 33, 29 I believe is Noah Grenis, and number 34 for the Lancers is Kenny McQuay. They're back to help Felton. Rivera's got the ball teed up. And Rivera kicks the ball on a line. It gets over Felton's head. Felton picks it up at the 5. Felton looking for some blocking, trying to get outside. He's not going to get outside on number 5 on the tackle. Number 5, Donovan Plummer, got him inside the jersey, took him down at about the 14-yard line. That's where the Lancers will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 14 with 3:09 remaining here in the first quarter. Some additional sponsors of 1450 The Source, high school football, Gettysburg Auto Auction, Med One Pharmacy, and Play It Again Sports. We thank all our sponsors for helping us bring this broadcast to you at home. Lancers have Ryan Lay under center, Brusha as the fullback, Davon Butler as the tailback. Felton and Flowers split out wide. Inside to Butler. Butler does a good job of running hard. He gets, looks like to about the 17-yard line, gain of 3 or 4.
You mentioned during the break that the Linganore coach is not going to be happy about the blitz.
Yeah, on the previous one, when they went full out in the blitz, the safety tried to jump the route. If he would have stayed back, he could have stopped him at a minimal gain, but unfortunately, no one was going to catch George. Lay looks deep. Throw into Felton, just overthrown. He didn't have a lot of time. He was getting a lot of pressure on that play. He had 2 sets of hands right in his face. Looked like one of them was number 36. Number 36 that's DeMarcus Holmes. DeMarcus Holmes was flying in at Lay on that play. He had to let it go a little earlier than he wanted to. Felton might have had a step. But remember, when Felton's going deep, he's going against number 11 George here, so that step can go away pretty quick. Lay looks for a screen
More
pass.
pressure.
Screen complete to Davon Butler. Davon Butler stutter steps. Davon's going.
Uh-oh.
Davon Butler to the 50, to the 40.
He got caught from behind again.
Caught from behind at the 36-yard line.
Who caught him again?
That was number 42 on the tackle. Damian Williams. First down, Linganore at the Oxon Hill 36. Lay back under center. 2 backs behind him. He hands off inside, that time to, it looks like, number 21, Musselman. Musselman with a 1-yard gain to the 35. Felton checks back in the game for number 83, number 83, Matt Schiller. And Lay back under center. Lay looks to the bottom of the screen. Short hops that one to Felton.
Yeah, that was not a good throw on that one.
No, you were looking at a little stop and go or a little comeback to Felton, and
they weren't on the same page.
I was going to say either he didn't come back soon enough or Lay didn't put enough on that ball. 1 minute and 59 seconds left. 3rd and 9. It's a big third down for the Lancers at the Oxon Hill 36. Lay looks over the sideline. He's got Musselman as his fullback. He's got Butler as his tailback. Flower and Felton as his receivers. Lay dropping back. Lay is under pressure. Number 16, Reed, misses Lay. Lay's got the corner. Lay has a lot of room to run. He's running to the sideline. Lay runs out of bounds at the 20-yard line. First down, Linganore. It looks like inside the 20-yard line. First down at the 17. Lay made Reed miss in the backfield. That was a heck of a move by Ryan Lay, and then there was no outside containment. Lay doing some things with his legs this week. We've seen him do it against Middletown. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Ryan Lay looking over the defense. They've got 8 guys in the box. Lay still going to try to go to Davon. Davon up the middle. Davon hit by number 16, Reed. Reed got his guy that time, but not before Davon Butler ran for about 4 yards. 2nd and 6, minute and 35 seconds left. 2nd and 6 at about the 14-yard line. Lancers getting some big plays. What's one hallmark of this Oxon Hill team is they do give up some yardage. They score a lot of points, but they give up a lot of points as well. Number 3, Lay, under center, in control of the game. Hands it off to Butler. Butler cuts it back. Butler to about, it looks like, the 5-yard line, and if he is at the 5-yard line, that should be a first down. If not, it's going to be very close to a first down. I believe the referees are coming in to look at the spot, and they signal first down. It's 1st and 10 for the Lancers at the 6-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Lancers at the 5 or 6 yard line, Warren. So here we go. Lancers going to try to answer that quick strike with a strike of their own. Lay under center. He's got Musselman. He's got Butler. He's got Brusha as a tight receiver in the slot. He goes to Musselman. Musselman up the middle. Where did Musselman get to? They've got him down. It's got to be inside the 1.
Yeah,
wow.
They're right at the line.
Lancers are going to go quickly here. They're not going to give the Oxon Hill team a chance to get a breath here. Lay under center. Lay this time to Musselman again. Musselman should be across for the touchdown. I don't see a signal yet.
They got to get out all the bodies.
They're saying he did not get it.
He didn't get it.
He only needed about, I'd say a foot or 2.
He didn't get it.
He's got to be really close. Now, that ball's right next to the white line. I wouldn't be surprised if Lay just keeps this and tries to pick a side. What are they calling now? There's a timeout on the field. There's offside against Oxon Hill. I'm not sure how much the ball can actually move. I guess the Lancers are going to get about 6 inches on this one. With 8 seconds remaining, it'll be interesting to see what the Lancers do, whether they try to go really quickly here, because the ball, once they get the ball set, the clock should restart. It is. The Lancers are coming up under center.
They have to hurry.
Lay snaps it. Goes to Butler. Butler looking, searching.
No,
I don't think Davon got it. I think he actually lost a yard.
Yeah, he did. He lost yardage on that one.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter. The end of the first quarter is going to show the Linganore Lancers 7, the Oxon Hill Clippers 7. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 1 for the Lancers when we come back from this station break.
Med1 Pharmacy is the largest locally owned and operated pharmacy in Frederick County. Med1 Pharmacy has 4 locations in Brunswick, Emmitsburg, Middletown, and Thurmont to provide you with convenience, experience, service, tradition, and value. Med1 Pharmacy. Check out their website at med1pharmacy.com. That's MEDONE pharmacy.com today. Or for more information, call them at 301-271-2223.
Med1 Pharmacy is the proud sponsor of Frederick County Public School Athletics.
This is Dave Johnson, radio voice of the Washington Wizards. I want to tell you about an exciting sports store in Frederick. Play It Again Sports. That's right, Play It Again Sports is located on Buckystown Pike. If you're like me and you're tired of spending big bucks on sports equipment your kids will outgrow, head on down to Play It Again Sports and sell your old gear and then buy new or used gear. Whether it's lacrosse, football, hockey, basketball, soccer, or ski and snowboarding, Play It Again Sports has all your new and used sporting good needs. You can walk out with new equipment, money in your pocket, or both. Unbelievable. That's Play It Again Sports in Frederick for whatever sport you play.
All right, we're back here at Lancer Stadium. Lancers are lining up. 4th and goal from the 1. They got 3 in the backfield. Lay hands off this time to Butler. Butler finds
Yeah, he got it that time.
He's in. Touchdown, Lancers. Davon Butler from 1 yard and 1 foot, it looked like, outside. So with 11:57 left, the Lancers answer the Clippers score. Makes the score 13-7. Formulac is going to be kicking. As we said before, number 31, Michael Bromley on the hold. Zach Willett to do the snapping. Snap's good. Kick is up. Wow. Formulac with an excellent kick. It's good. 14-7 Lancers. Bennett Formulac with the extra point. Those extra points are going to be key in this game. It looks like there's going to be a lot of touchdowns being scored. 14-7 with 11:57 left.
So how do the Lancers normally fare on defense? Are they known for giving up a bunch of points as well?
They aren't. They're normally fairly stingent. Coach Rick Connor is the defensive coordinator, so he takes a lot of pride in it. That was a little bit of a breakdown that they had on that last drive, where unfortunately they gave up the big play to George. I think they're going to look to try to limit those opportunities and see what they can do here. We have number 16, Bennett Formulac, to kick off. George is deep, and I'm not sure who the other deep man is, but I can almost guarantee you this ball is not going to George. It's going to Reed, or maybe it's Montana, or I think it was Montana Dawkins, who's the up man. That's where they tend to go. They tend to aim for about the 30-yard line, and when they go for the 30-yard line, that's what they're shooting for. So here we go. Formulac tees it up. Kicking the opposite way this time. He kicks it short. It's going out of bounds. It's received caught by number, who is that? Number 12.
Yep.
Number 12, Latrell Brace for the Oxon Hill Clippers, and he caught it falling down backwards. So kind of best scenario for the Lancers. He was down at the 31. Oxon Hill Clippers will take over 1st and 10 from the 31. They've got Dawkins in the backfield. Dawkins in the backfield with Kimon O'Sullivan. And then they got George up top with Brame. And another receiver down here at the bottom. Can't really see his number. They look to the sideline. The snap goes. It's handed off this time to O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan hit in the backfield. Taken down in the backfield by number 6, Joe Kolick. Joe Kolick is everywhere for the Lancers. He was an outside linebacker, defensive end at the beginning of the year, but due to some injuries to Luke Freeman and ambush, he had to move inside, and the defense hasn't skipped a beat with Joe playing inside. Joe, loss of about 1.5. Second and we'll say 12 for the Clippers. 3 receivers out, 2 backs back. Rollins looks to the sideline. He gets a check. Rollins is looking. He's throwing to the outside, complete to George. Albano. Uh-oh. He gets by Albano. Willett takes a shot at him.
What a move.
Skips him.
He's gone.
He skips by Willett. And then number 3, it looked like, number 9, Pauly came over the tackle. He got by Pauly, didn't step out of bounds. He goes 65 yards for a touchdown. Another long touchdown. David George. David George is showing why Coach James Franklin wants him at Penn State.
Yeah, because that speed. I mean, as soon as he got free, he just left everybody behind. There was nobody that was,
yeah, Albano came up to try to make the kick, and the tackling couldn't. Rivera back into kick. Snap the set. Rivera's kick is line drive good. 14-14, Warren. 14-14 with 11:03 left in the second quarter. We're going to take a break.
Mountain Gate Restaurant is not just a place to eat. It is an experience. Down home country cooking in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Just off Route 15 in Thurmont, look for the big sign that says Mountain Gate Family Restaurant.
All right, we're back here. Lancers having a little conference defense there. Three missed tackles, I believe. Looked like the cornerback, the safety, and maybe the strong safety all came over. George did a combination of speed moves and power moves, got through everybody, and he alone has kept the Clippers in this game.
Yeah, I mean, he burned the blitz once, and that time he just had 3 missed tackles, and after that he was in the open field and nobody was going to catch him.
Yeah, I know that the defense prides itself on getting guys to the ball. They got guys to the ball that time, but unfortunately they could not bring number 11 down. Rivera to kick off. The Clippers break their huddle for the kickoff. Back deep to receive is number 10, Felton, it looks like, along with Noah Grenis back deep. 2 receivers up are McQuay and one of the Bromleys. Rivera's kick is high and to be received by Felton. They fake a reverse. Felton has a crease.
Look at this.
Joey Felton has a crease. Rivera has a shot. Felton is going down the sideline.
And he got caught.
Brought out of bounds by number 7, Reginald Hamlet, but not before returning the ball to about the 35-yard line.
That was a great little fake reverse they pulled, fooled everybody.
They went with the reverse, faked it to Grenis, and they blocked it perfectly. Gave Felton the seam, and he got about 50 yards in that return down to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 Lancers from the Oxon Hill 36. Lays under center. Bruscia and Butler are the backs. Flower and Felton on the right side. Hand off to Butler. Butler's got some room. Davon Butler for about 10 yards. Appears to be a first down. Referee stopping the clock. It looks like they're looking at it, and it's a first down. Lancers. First down, Davon Butler. Davon's been running with much more purpose the last couple of weeks. Had over 250 yards rushing last week against the Westminster Owls. And the Lancers are back under center, wasting no time. They go to Butler again. Butler up the middle. Butler breaks it outside. Hit by number 14. Number 14 is Amon Smith. Came up from his cornerback position after a gain of about 3.5. Second and we'll say 7. 2nd and 7 for the Lancers. Now the Lancers slow down a little bit here. Lay looking to the sideline. Butler looking to the sideline. Bruscia in the backfield with him. Flower and Felton are split to the near side. So the Lancers are basically lined up on the near side. Lay checking again. Play clock down to 6 seconds. Lay fakes to Butler. Looks to short to Flower. Flower complete. Tackled by number 14, the aforementioned Amon Smith. It is about a gain of another 3. 3rd and 3 for the Lancers inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. This is a critical play for the Lancers here. If they can get a first down, they put themselves in scoring position. If not, number 16, Bennett Formulac seems to be getting that leg loose on the sideline.
Yeah.
So. Hand off to Butler. Butler's got room.
He's got a big hole.
Got room. Butler cuts back to the center. Gets down just outside the 10-yard line to the 11-yard line. And that's a Lancer first down. Lancer first down. Was there a flag on the play?
They're doing a conference, so it looks like there is a penalty.
Number 14, Amon Smith on the tackle again. It looks like they're asking the Clippers what they want to happen. Not really sure. He had attained the yardage needed for the first down. Where was the flag thrown? Oh, it's an illegal procedure against the Lancers. Illegal procedure. That's a 5-yard penalty. Not sure what happened on that, but that's going to take it from a 3rd and 3 to a 3rd and about 8. And the Lancers are going to have to replay that down. It was blocked well, Warren. He had the room. He made the first down.
Yeah, he had the first down, and that's what happens when you
looks
have
like
a mental error.
Linganore coaches aren't really sure exactly what was the call on that play. Neither of these, the officiating crew, we believe, is from outside the area, so they're not familiar with either of these teams, so they're probably just reacting to what they're seeing on the field. Flower and Felton split to the right. Brusha, Butler in the backfield.
Power I.
Yep, in the I formation. They're going to go back to Butler and say, we'll get it again. Davon gets down. This is going to be close. It's going to be inside gain of about 6. They needed about 8.
Yeah,
and it's going to be 4th and 2, 4th and a long, 4th and 2 they're marking it as. For the Lancers inside the 20.
And it looks like they're going for it.
I think they're going for it. I think Coach Connor probably recognizes this is a game where we're not going to be trading field goals with the other team.
Touchdowns.
It's going to be scored in 7 points at a time. Lay under center. Lay. Oh, I think he got the Oxon Hill.
Offside, yes, he did. He hard counted him.
Hard count, number 68 for Oxon Hill. That's Edward Gatling. Gatling, I believe, is going to Buffalo.
That's going to be a first down.
And he jumped offside. That's a first down Lancers. That's a great call by the Lancers. Go with the hard count. First down Linganore at about their own 14. 1st and 10 Linganore at their own 14-yard line. 8:24 left here in the second quarter.
That's a classic case of taking advantage of the defense's aggressiveness.
Musselman right up the middle. 14-yard touchdown. Ben Musselman.
He had a hole the size of a refrigerator on that one.
They were looking for the ball to go to number 23, Davon Butler, and then they realized that Musselman was by them and in the end zone. So here in this boxing match, we got Linganore punches back, 20-14. Formulac to attempt the extra point. Bromley on the hold, Willett on the snap. Formulac's kick is up, and he splits the uprights. 21-14 with 8:16 left here in the second quarter. 21-14 Lancers. We'll be back.
This is that time of year when we think of things we're most thankful for. Is looking your best one of those things? If so, why not go with an experienced professional, Gary the Barber. To schedule an appointment, call 301-305-7895.
Your IT and computer situation is too important to hand over to just anyone. Thankfully, there's Swift Systems Incorporated. Call 301-682-5100 or online at swiftsystems.com. Your true technology partner is right here in Central Maryland. Swift Systems Incorporated.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at Lancer Stadium. This is 1450 The Source AM. It looks like the Lancers are going to line up for their kickoff. Their kickoff is going to be number 16, Bennett Formulac. Formulac's going to be kicking off. Warren, I don't know if you noticed, but they just moved number 11, George, over to the side that Formulac's going to kick off to.
Oh, and guess who's here? It's Michael.
We're joined by Michael Betteridge, the voice of the 1450 high school game. Michael, you've
good to be here, gentlemen.
Pretty exciting here first quarter.
I was listening all the way up the highway. It sounded great. I was
Formulac kick short, taken by Reed, number 16. He gets out to about the 42-yard line, and that's where the Oxon Hill Clippers will take over. They were avoiding number 11 at all costs on that. So a quick summary of the game. The Lancer running game has been taking control. Ben Musselman with the touchdown. Davon Butler, Ryan Lay with the touchdown. And they're being matched by number 11, David George. Oxon Hill Clipper, outstanding wide receiver, Penn State commit. And Lancers are going to have to figure a way to get him, take him down. Rollins is under center. He's got Montana Dawkins in the backfield. Number 20, they look over to the sideline. 4 wide receivers. Rollins fakes to Dawkins. He's rolling out. He has some room, but he's brought down by number 57, Brandon Champagne. Number 57, Brandon Champagne makes that tackle. It's going to be about a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. That's the first time we've seen Rollins run. He's had the opportunity to run a couple of times. I believe he might be a little bit sore on his foot, too. He missed some games earlier in the year.
It's a good scramble. He got out there, but great tackle by the linebacker.
Rollins comes to the sideline looking for number 8.
He threw that one away.
Dorian Harvey. He had to because number 5, Nick Albano, saw it the whole way. That's one of the few times they haven't been looking at number 11, David George. Maybe George was at the top of the field, far from us, and they were looking to maybe go to the opposite side, see what they can do. So here we go. This is the big 3rd down play. Stops are going to be at a premium in this game. I believe the Oxon Hill scored in every quarter last week, so they're going to be looking to do the same. It's 3rd and 7. Lancer fans are getting loud here. Rollins looks to get the play. They're changing the play. Snap to Rollins. Rollins has time. He throws wide. Incomplete. Intended again, I think, for number 8 or number 1. That was number 1. Christian Banks defended well by number 5, Nick Albano.
That ball was perfectly thrown, but the receiver just flat out dropped it. It was hard. It was a difficult catch, let's be honest. But, he threw it where he had to throw it to keep it away from the defense.
In case you're wondering, George 11 is doing the punting for the Clippers as well. So I keep an eye on a fake punt at some point in time today.
Good point.
He's counting his players, making sure they got the requisite 11. We don't need to go into how many should be out in the field.
Sitting right on the 30-yard line there.
George gets the snap. He gets a kick away. It's a line drive. Felton's going to try to field it. Gets away from it.
Smart move.
Looked like it was hit originally by Oxon Hill at about the 7 or 8 yard line. I'm not sure where they're going to mark it. It looks like it's going to be down inside the 7. So, when Mr. George doesn't make a play out there, he goes ahead and gets about a 50-yard punt off.
Yeah, Felton really wanted to run that ball back. He wanted it badly. You could see that. But he erred on the side of caution because he knew he was going to have a chance to field it.
Here we go. We got 7:15 remaining here in the second quarter. The game slowed down. Pace has slowed down a little bit. Lancers are backed up inside their own 10 at about the 6, it looks like, maybe 7. Lay has 2 receivers behind him. I hear a whistle on the field. It looks like
the defense had to call timeout. They got mixed up on who they were shuttling in. They sent somebody into the backfield in a linebacker position and brought somebody out real quick, but I don't think they were set. And if it had been a smart move, would have been to snap the ball on that.
Yeah, I think they actually had 12 out there at the time. So we're going to take a quick break here. Score 21-14 Lancers.
Med1 Pharmacy is the largest locally owned and operated pharmacy in Frederick County. Med1 Pharmacy. Check out their website at med1pharmacy.com on Facebook, or for more information, call them at the location nearest you. Med1 Pharmacy. Stop by today.
We're all busy with plenty of commitments. That's why Anytime Fitness is the perfect way to stay in shape. Anytime Fitness of Thurmont is always close by, and they're open 24/7. They can tailor a personalized training program to fit your workout needs. Visit us at 130 Frederick Road to start your program today. Stay healthy anytime with Anytime Fitness.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at Linganore High School, where the Lancers have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 7-yard line, leading 21-14.
Yeah, I think they might have had 12 guys on the field. That's why they took that timeout. Ryan Lay back under center. He has Brusha and Butler. Ball handoff goes to Butler. Butler cuts back. Davon with a nice run there. Gets about out to the 14-yard line. So great first down play when you're backed up on your own goal line to get about 7 or 8.
Great jump cut by Butler as he saw the daylight there right behind his blocker, and he just made a sweet little jump cut to his left to get the extra yardage.
All right, and the Lancers are back under center. They got Felton and Flower to Lay's right. Brusha and Butler in the backfield. Lay takes the snap. Brusha leading the way around the corner. Butler cuts it back inside. He makes another similar cut that Michael had just explained out to about the 27-yard line. That's a 13-yard gain for a Linganore Lancer first down.
This series, the offensive linemen are really creating holes for Butler. He's got a lot of running room there on the inside, and all he has to do is be patient and wait for the holes to develop.
Lancers at their own 27. That's a quick 20 yards they've gotten on 2 plays. Lay's looking to the sideline. Flower has Hamlet press coverage on him. They got Felton press coverage one-on-one. No safety. Boy, here we go. They're looking for Felton.
Got a man deep. He's open.
Felton catches it.
Oh, he's gone. It's going to be a touchdown. He'll go all the way into the end zone.
Touchdown, number 10, Joey Felton. Number 10, Joey Felton. But we saw it. They went in press coverage. Number 5 thought he could press on, that's Donovan Plummer, thought he could press up on Joey Felton. And Felton took him right to the house.
Go pattern all the way. He just ran right by the defender and caught it on the fly. And it had to be a perfect throw and a perfect catch. Everything had to hit on all cylinders for that to happen, and that is a touchdown.
Ryan Lay put it out there perfectly. Let his receiver run underneath it. 27-14, 6:10 left. Bromley to hold. Formulac to kick. Willett to snap. Snaps down. Kick is up, and it looks like it's good once again. Bennett Formulac with its 4th in a row. 6:10 left here in the second quarter. 28-14. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the Lancers kicking off.
If you own a business, you know that work doesn't begin and end with the hours posted on your door. Hi, this is Business Development Officer Mary Berry, and at Frederick County Bank, we understand that too. That's why we make business banking easy and accessible, anytime, anywhere. From BuzzPoint Merchant Reward and Loyalty to online banking, remote deposit capture to business courier service, Frederick County Bank, Frederick's true community bank, is open for business, anytime, anywhere. Contact me at 301-620-1400 and online at fcbmd.com. Member FDIC.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, where the Linganore Lancers have jumped out to a 2-score lead, 28-14, with 6:10 to go in the first half.
Well, it's been a game of big plays. We saw big plays by David George twice, and then a big play there by Joey Felton. They keep moving around different return guys. They just move Paul Reed back deep. They're trying to get the ball to their big playmaker, number 11, George, and I can bet you this kick is going nowhere near him.
Good call.
Formulac to kick off from the 40. This one is a line drive. It bounces, and George does make the pickup at about the 16. Coming right up the middle. George hit.
Got to see him, breaks the tackle. Now the entire scrum hits him and stops him, and everybody better tackle that kid.
That looks like the way you're going to have to play defense against David George. You're going to have to get as many men to the ball as you can because he does not go down very often with one guy.
Great return all the way back to the 42-yard line in Clippers territory. Well, they'll take over 1st and 10.
All right, so here we go. We got Rollins in the backfield. He's got Dawkins, and now he's got number 36, DeMarcus Holmes, in the backfield, maybe to serve as a lead blocker. They've got George up top, and they've got number 1, Christian Banks, down the bottom here. Rollins looks to the sideline. He gets the snap. They go to Dawkins. Dawkins hit in the backfield
and
by
dropped for a loss.
Hit by Kolick and finished up by number 22. That's Joey Bromley. Joey Bromley finished up. The 2 linebackers coming through big for the Lancers, shooting the gap. 2nd and 12 for the Clippers.
Bromley having a great night tonight. He's all over the field. He's playing like a man possessed.
And the Lancers, 2nd and 12. George is at the far side of the field.
They better be careful here. They better get out there. George is not covered.
And there they go. They throw the screen to George.
Oh,
He's hit
nice.
Immediately. Number 5, Nick Albano.
Beautiful play.
Albano is reading these plays well. That's a gain of about half a yard. George hit immediately by number 5, Nick Albano, who this time was able to wrap him up.
The important thing is he was hit with no protection right in the ribs. He had his arms outstretched high up in the air to try to make that catch as soon as the contact was made.
3rd and 12. Now they're going to bring George to the quarterback's left. They're bringing number 1, Banks up to the top of the field. Number 8, Dorian Harvey's coming down on George's side. George on the line of scrimmage. It's Rollins in the backfield, looks to the sideline, gets the snap. Oh, there's a penalty
flag. Yeah, movement on the line scrimmage.
Delay a game. It was a delay of game. The clock ran out, and that's a 5-yard penalty. It's going to make it third. Oh, no, wait. Now they're picking up the flag. They called a timeout. They got a timeout.
They got the timeout in time, yeah.
Timeout before that. So that, I believe, is the Clippers' 2nd timeout taken. They'll have 1 left with 4:42 left here in the 2nd quarter. And this has been a pretty exciting game. We've had a lot of big plays.
Yeah.
There's a lot of star power out here on the field. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure that these teams have proven that they should be here. They've played really rigorous schedules, both of them. Oxon Hill playing Wise, the number 1 public school team in the state, and then Linganore, as we know, playing the rigorous Frederick County schedule, Oakdale and Walkersville. And so they've been in games like this before, both of these teams. The Lancers' MO has not been to try to outscore teams this year, though, and they're doing a great job here in the first half with 28 points on the board. Okay.
Yeah, well, Oxon hasn't been this far since 1993.
It's been
been a while for them.
Coach Jeffries came over after a while. He's rebuilding this program and done a great job. They've got some great players. The snap to Rollins. Rollins looking
to George.
He's got a lot of time. He's thrown to the out pattern.
Interception. Underneath, he read it and picked it right off.
Nick Albano again. Albano is just reading Rollins on every play. That was a long throw. That was from the far hash mark trying to throw an out pattern. That even though it was only about a 20-yard distance on the field, he had to throw that ball about 40 yards across the field.
Yeah.
Lancers will take over on their own 43. 4:35 left.
Second interception of the game for the Lancers in this first half.
One by Willett, one by Albano. Turnovers are always the key in these games, Michael.
Absolutely.
The team that turns the ball over often has the most problems. Those are wasted opportunities.
So I look for Coach Connor right here to start to get that ground game humming and start to work on this clock a bit. He's got a 2-score lead, and now they call timeout.
Timeout coming here.
Little confusion there about the set. The formation wasn't exactly what they wanted to see from what was called from the sideline. So very wise, Ryan Lay calls a timeout there. And, I think Lee is coming of age right now. This is his third year starting?
It's his second year. He missed a lot last year after being injured in the Oakdale game, but it was really the Middletown game where he showed a lot of leadership. He had, prior to that, had some problems, but in the Middletown game, he took over that game in the second half. It was an amazing kind of evolution that we saw happen there. And ever since then, he's been playing with much more poise and playing within himself. I think sometimes he would try to do too much when he was out there, but we've seen him do some stuff with his legs today too, which has been quite impressive. There was that naked bootleg that he took for the touchdown, and then another scramble when number 16, the strong safety Paul Reed, tried to come in and make a tackle on him. He was able to sidestep him, and they lost containment and was able to score. So we're coming back on the field here. The Lancers are over the ball. They're ready to go. Oxon Hill's coming back from the sideline. 4:35 left here in the second quarter. 28-14 Lancers. 1st and 10 on their own 43-yard line. Schiller is to the right. Bruscia is a tight end.
Empty backfield. That's so much for my idea about running it. Now they shift in the backfield and toss. Jet sweep to the right.
Felton comes around the end. He gains about 8. Nice gain on first down once again into Oxon Hill territory to the 47. It almost looked like Joey wanted to throw that ball. He pulled it up there for a second and then maybe thought better of it.
Maybe he had a read option on that.
Something we know Coach Chris O'Connor probably has a few plays set aside for this game if they need to be done.
Yeah.
We know you remember them beating Middletown last year on a halfback pass and other opportunities like that. All right, 2nd and 1, Lancers. Lay under center. Bruscia in the backfield with Butler. Lay goes to Butler. Butler has room. Bruscia with a brutal block. He just hits Butler running hard. 11-yard gain.
And it was all Butler, just jitterbugged his way all the way through that secondary and moved the chains.
Number 33, Joey Bruscia, took out the linebacker. He was out of the play. Now they're taking, Davon's coming out of the game. Musselman's back in the game. Bruscia's staying in the game. 20 seconds on the play clock. 4:15 left here in the second quarter. Lancers moving again. Lay under center. Lay looking at the defense. A blitz is coming from Oxon Hill.
Yeah, they're showing that run blitz.
And they hand off to Musselman, but the offensive line is just blowing holes in Oxon Hill. Musselman holding on.
There's
still
a large
going,
pile.
Still going. Finally down.
He wouldn't be brought down, Michael. He just kept pushing and pushing. No whistle, and they let him run.
16-yard gain for Ben Musselman. First down, Lancers. They're marking it down. It looks actually like they're going to mark that ball down at the 24, so about a 13-yard gain. 3:55 left here in the second quarter. Lancers moving. It's the run game of the Lancers. Oxon Hill's having trouble stopping that. Offensive line's doing a great job. They'll go to Musselman again. They run blitz. He gets away from the blitz. Gets outside. That was number 54 coming in hard. That's Derek Miller Jr. He came in hard on the end. Almost got him.
He came from the end and caught her from the backside, and you're right, he almost did catch him. But Musselman's strength paid off because he just pulled away from the arm tackle.
I think you bring up an interesting point, Michael. These teams in Frederick County, their season's year long. They're in the weight room from the first of the year straight through the end of the football season. So their conditioning, their strength is excellent. They should be ready for this game. Musselman got out of bounds. It's 2nd and 5 for the Lancers at the 20. To Musselman as the fullback this time. Musselman gets down. It's going to be close to a first down, just about at the 20-yard line. They need to get on the other side. The 15-yard line. They need to get on the other side of the 15. So it's going to be 3rd and about a half a yard.
Little counter trap there as they send the I back in one way and the quarterback and the up back go the other way.
Was that an old Redskins play there they were running? Okay, we got Bruscia back in. Bruscia and Butler in the backfield. That means,
that's going to be
a run to me.
That's a lead blocker right there.
Lay under center. Lay goes to Butler. Butler hits it hard. He gets the first down. He gets
what a jump back move, and he scores. That was all Devon Butler. He was caught for a 2-yard gain, and he just jumped out of the arms. The guy was grabbing air.
Davon Butler planted his foot, jumped to the left. As you said, the defender went to make the tackle. He wasn't there anymore. 14-yard touchdown, Lancers. 34-14.
Oh, boy.
I think I've been saying this all night long, but it's Will at the snap, Bromley to hold, Formulac to attempt the extra point.
Getting ready to tack on the 5th extra point of this
Formulac's
game.
Kick looks good again.
It is.
35-14, Lancers. 3:02 left here in the second quarter. I'll tell you what, they are wearing down the defensive line. They are wearing down the Oxon Hill defensive line.
And we'll step aside for a short break. We'll be right back after this important commercial message.
Mount Airy Mattress is not about gimmicks. It's about sleep. They believe they can help you learn how to sleep better. Their family is dedicated to providing you superior service at the best price. That's why they'll donate a portion of your mattress purchase to your favorite charity. Shop at a place that truly cares about you and your sleep. Mount Airy Mattress. See for yourself. Stop by today. Located on East Ridgeville Boulevard, just off Route 27 in Mount Airy, or call at 301-829-8855. Mount Airy Mattress, your local sleep specialist.
Kickoff here, Michael. You got number 15, and informed like you get number 40. They keep moving George around in the backfield, trying to get him another touch on the ball. 3 minutes left. Formulac this time goes deep. He goes to number 16, Reed. Reed takes it at about the 10. Reed up to the 20. Cuts back. Hit. Taken down by number 31.
Yes, good coverage right there by that kickoff team.
Why wouldn't it be a Bromley? Number 31, Michael Bromley. I believe number 15 for the Lancers might have been the first guy down on that play. That's Michael Morrow. 2:57 left, 35-14. Lancer defense, they can smell it here. That front line of the Lancers, it's Isaac True, Josh Taylor, Jake Zudall back, and Brandon Champagne. They're having a great time controlling the line of scrimmage. Not a lot of run game.
They've got a 2-on-1 advantage over here on the near side. Let's see if they cover it on the zone.
They pitch to George in the backfield. They put him in the backfield. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Hey, guess who came and made that play? Number 5, Nick Albano, with the help of Jake Zudall.
8-yard loss.
They're trying to figure out how they can get that ball to number 11 as often as they can.
Well, I don't know why they didn't take advantage of that. They had a 2-man setup over here on the near side, and it looked like it could have gone, but they rolled the other way away from it.
Yeah, that big offensive line is trying to pin them back here. If they can get them down, then get them back, the Lancers could get the ball back with 2 timeouts left. They could do some more damage here. Rollins looking. He's got George in the backfield. He's got 4 wide receivers. He's going to try to swing it out. They thrown behind number 88. Thrown behind number 88, Antoine Miller. He had him in the slot. That was number 80. I'm sorry. Number 80, Isaac Curry. Had him in the slot, threw behind him. Did you notice on that play, Michael, number 11 went out as if he was going to get a screen pass. Number 22, Joey Bromley. Number 22, Joey Bromley was there going with him the whole way.
Yeah, that was not his. He was working through his progression on that one. That was his second read down.
Third and a long 17 for the Clippers. George is back in the slot now. He's going to have Bromley on him. Let's see if the Lancers can get some pressure here. They look like
Lancers showing blitz.
Kolick's coming from the outside.
They come blitz from the left side. They got a man. Intercepted again.
Number 9, Nick Pauley. Pauley still running with the ball.
Breaks the tackle out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
Out of bounds, Lancers. Nick Pauley on the interception. They tried to hit the man going down the slot. We said that turnovers are a key to any football game. Rick Connor's Lancer defense, 3 interceptions in the first half.
That was a tip ball. It went just off the fingertips of the receiver, and I'm talking about Christmas came early for that Lancer.
Yeah, number 9, Nick Pauley hit him right in the chest. 2 minutes remaining, 35-14. 35-14, Lay under center. Flower and Felton are split out wide. Brusha, Butler in the backfield on the 12-yard line.
Power right.
Oh, Lay Didn't get the snap.
Yeah, there was a problem on the exchange.
But I'll tell you what, he showed a lot of composure. That's that composure we were talking about.
Looked like a quarterback draw, Michael.
Instead of going down and taking a knee, he went for 3 yards, just inside the 10 to the 9. Positive play on that. 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7 for the Lancers from about the Oxon Hill 9-yard line. Lay. Jake Booth doing a great job as the center. Gets the ball. Lay keeps it.
Reed option, and that was just beautiful penetration.
Number 16, Paul Reed, shot through there, and I'll tell you what, he had that thing read immediately.
He shot in through the pulling guard there and took advantage of that gap.
So here we go now. The Lancers face a little adversity. It's going to be 3rd and 13 from the Oxon Hill 15.
Clock all the way down to a minute now.
They bring in Musselman in the backfield. They have Schiller at a tight end, Kolick in a tight end. Michael, I'd look for Joe Kolick, number 6, coming off the line of scrimmage here. Flower and Felton.
So they're going
Snap
wing right
goes.
power.
They faked the Musselman. They throw out to.
Wow, did he catch that? No, out of bounds on the catch.
And it was to it was to number 5. Number 5 on that play for the Lancers.
Albano.
Nick Albano was in on offense.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. It's a safe call. They threw it into double coverage, so kind of held our breath on that a bit. But the field goal unit is out on the field.
All right, so Formulac's going to be trying about a 32-yard field goal.
Right, 32 yards, spotted on the 22. There's
Will it snap high.
Snap. He pulls it down. They get the kick away.
Get the kick in?
Oh, my. I think he made it.
It's
he did.
Good. Excellent job by the
my
holder,
goodness, that was a
Michael Bromley. 32-yard field goal by number 16, Bennett Formulac. I don't want to say things are going the Lancers' way, but
wow,
that play looked like it was doomed. And Bennett was able to nail it from 32 yards. With 42 seconds left, it's 38-14, Michael. I don't think the Lancers could have helped for much more than they got right now.
What a play by that holder to bring that high snap down and get that ball on the ground and not disrupt the kicker's timing as he just followed through and hooked it right through the goalposts.
Michael, and it goes without being said that the Lancers have been so resilient this year. They've got, I can see Luke Freeman on the sideline, Ambush on the sideline, Snowden on the sideline.
Yeah.
These are all county
starters, yeah.
All county performers who have not been on the field for the majority of this run that they have. And they just have different guys stepping up all the time.
And sometimes, I'm sorry, but sometimes that's exactly what it takes is you have a guy go down, next man up. Coach Connor trains these guys all to be ready at any given time to go in.
You're absolutely right. We saw it last year, too. They often undermanned, but somehow made the playoffs and gave Damascus a run in that year as well. So here we go. Formulac to kick with 42 seconds left. I can sure he's not going to number 11. He kicks it deep. It looks like it's a great kick by Formulac. Down to number 21. Makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch at the 20 or 10-yard line. Kimano Sullivan, he breaks through. Tackle for the Lancers by number 40. Number 40, Will Coletti. And I think that was, who else was in there? Was that number 17? Number 17 for the Lancers in there. And that's Colby Bannon. So Bannon and Coletti in on the tackle. There's 35 seconds left. Oxon Hill with 1 timeout from their own 32.
You know, I got to tell you, this Clippers team makes you hold your breath because they're just so elusive and they have good speed, just not able to get on track. And right now, this battle is being won in the trenches.
I agree. It's the Lancers trying to control the line of scrimmage, making it hard on the Clippers. And here's another option. The Clippers look a little confused here. They're moving the receivers all over the place. 35 seconds left. They only have 1 timeout remaining here in the first half.
Got it off at 3 seconds on the play clock. He's going to pull it down and scramble.
Rollins goes up the middle. He's tackled by Zudal. Zudal with Champagne and Kolick and a host of Lancers there. Gained about 7, but yards aren't the most important thing right now. It's that clock moving.
That clock has rolled all the way down to 30 seconds now.
I'm not sure that clock started on that play. That was a long 32 seconds.
You're right.
So Rollins is going to go.
He's going to get 1 play off here.
Rollins is looking deep. He's going on the screen to George. They
got him.
Lancers have got to get it to George.
He's in open field, and then he's tackled and stopped by 3 black jerseys. Yes.
The play will go dead with 3 seconds left. I'm not sure who was on that. It looks like Taylor. It looks like Felton. It looks like Zudal. Everybody pursuing number 3. And Oxon Hill will take their last time out with 3 seconds remaining. So I can guarantee you this will be a ball to number 11 about as far as they can throw it. Lancers have to avoid the big play here. There's only time for one more play in the first half.
Well, they're going to try probably the jump ball or the Hail Mary or whatever you want to call it. But, that could be dangerous, too, because right now the Lancers winning that battle on the field in the throwing game with how many picks do they have now?
Three interceptions, Albano, Polly,
and Willett.
Willett.
Yeah.
The three seniors in the defensive backfield all coming up big here.
Wow.
And they've played – that's been a strength of the Lancer defense all year. And ironically, the Lancer defense, that's been the healthiest part of their defense for the whole year, too. Those guys have played almost every game, with Rafael Rio substituting for a game or two for Felton when they were trying to give him a break. He's such an important player on the offensive side of the ball. All right, so here we go. We got Oxon Hill breaking their huddle. The Lancers are back on the field. Lancers are probably going to set up. It looks like they brought in number 4, Drew Flower, to help defend that deep ball. Number 6, Joe Kolick. He's actually one of their basketball players. I'm kind of surprised Joe's not back at the end line. This is a common play that they run. They bring in a couple of receivers to help. Now, the key is you don't want to catch the ball. You just want to knock it down.
All right.
I would guess wherever number 11 goes, that's where the ball's going. They're going to put Kolick on George. Maybe they're going to try to hold him up at the line of scrimmage. Let's see. Snap goes to Rollins.
Straight
Kolick
drop.
does. Kolick,
Looking
and they
left,
get a second
pulls it
hit.
down. He heaves it. It's going to be a jump ball up in the air. There it is. Somebody caught it. We don't know who yet.
Number 5, Nick Albano caught it.
Albano comes up out of the pile with the ball in his arms, celebrating.
There you go. Well, number 5, Nick Albano, has had himself a heck of a first half. And he culminates that first half with another interception, the 4th Lancer interception in the first half. No time left on the clock. It's halftime. Linganore Lancers 38, Oxon Hill Clippers 14.
We'll be right back after this important commercial message to give you your first half wrap-up.
This is Dave Johnson, radio voice of the Washington Wizards. I want to tell you about an exciting sports store in Frederick. Play It Again Sports. That's right, Play It Again Sports is located on Buckystown Pike. If you're like me and you're tired of spending big bucks on sports equipment your kids will outgrow, head on down to Play It Again Sports and sell your old gear and then buy new or used gear. Whether it's lacrosse, football, hockey, basketball, soccer, or ski and snowboarding, Play It Again Sports has all your new and used sporting good needs. You can walk out with new equipment, money in your pocket, or both. Unbelievable. That's Play It Again Sports in Frederick for whatever sport you play.
This is that time of year when we think of things we're most thankful for. Is looking your best one of those things? If so, why not go with an experienced professional? Gary the Barber. Conveniently located at 101 Tippin Drive in Thurmont, Gary the Barber accepts both appointments and walk-ins. To schedule an appointment, call 301-305-7895. That's 301-305-7895. Remember, with an appointment, you don't have to wait. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Experience the holiday warmth and casual, friendly atmosphere of a real community barbershop. This Thanksgiving, look your best for the holiday with a quality haircut from professional master barber, Gary the Barber. You'll be thankful for Gary the Barber when your friends and family see how good you look. Gary the Barber, experienced, affordable, and convenient.
All right, we're back with you live here at halftime where the Linganore Lancers have a 38-14 lead. And, you know, in the first quarter, this looked like it was going to be a really close game, a horse race, but a very close game.
Yeah, the Lancers, it's a tale of two different games. The Lancers and their ground game versus the aerial attack of the Oxon Hill Clippers. And number 11, David George, has proven to be everything that everyone talked about. 2 long touchdown passes. But I would guess time of possession for the Lancers is about 2-1 for Oxon Hill. And the Lancers have done a great job of containing it. And most importantly, not all those passes have gone to number 11, David George, have they, Michael?
No, they haven't. And I'll tell you what, you said it in the first half. You said they're winning the turnover battle, and that is huge. In these playoff games, defense is what wins.
4 turnovers for Oxon Hill, all interceptions by that Lancer secondary. 2 by Nick Albano, 1 by Nick Polly, and 1 by Zach Willett. Zach Willett was an important one. It was in the end zone as Oxon Hill started driving the ball at the beginning of the game.
That's right.
So what's on the line here, Michael, is a trip to Annapolis next Thursday night.
Next Thursday night. You know, and it's going to be odd playing a game on a Thursday night, don't you think?
I was going to say the NFL players don't like playing much on Thursday night, from what I understand. But
actually, there will be an NFL game that night. The Redskins are playing the Cowboys.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So don't watch that game.
Yeah, we're going to be more entertaining. I can guarantee that. Just listening to watching this first half, the one thing that I think I've been taken to note is that when I talked to Rick Connor earlier this week, he talked about kind of gutsy performances and tough performances. And last week, I think he said in the paper that the tougher team won. Yeah. I think we're seeing the same thing play out here. The Oxon Hill team is very formidable appearing, but once they got behind, the Lancer offensive line is really just taking it to the defensive line of Oxon Hill, and they seem to be running at will. And then the turnovers on top of that. That's the game right there. The trenches and turnovers.
Yeah, and sometimes you just get the bounces. Sometimes it just goes your way, and everything's going the Lancers' way tonight.
Yeah, the amazing field goal by Bennett Formulac.
Right.
For us to describe that, the kicker or the snap was high. The holder had to come out of his crouch position, get the ball. Formulac had stopped his approach to the ball, then took one step, kicked it, hooked it in from 32 yards. It wasn't like it was an extra point or anything like that. So the Lancers are executing, and the Clippers aren't. And I'm sure that's what the Clipper coaching staff is probably talking to them right now in the halftime, saying, hey, look here, we're down by a lot of points, and a lot of it is self-inflicted.
And this is going to be a game that's still going to be decided in the second half by the team that wants it the most. You can't count the Clippers out. I know they're down by a couple of scores, but that doesn't mean a thing here. They can easily rally back, and let's see what Coach Jeffries is. He's an experienced, high-quality coach, one of the best in the state of Maryland, Coach of the Year in 1999 at Dunbar, and, I mean, he knows exactly what to do to get this team back on track.
Yeah, Michael, you had some stats. This offense is going to get some more yards. They're averaging 160 yards passing, 135 yards rushing. That's 300 yards of offense. Now, David George has about 150 of that in the first half, but they're going to be getting some more yards against the Lancers here. And the Lancers, I think, have to make sure that they keep their foot on the gas and answer like they did in the first half when the big plays came from David George. They were immediately able to just go ahead and answer that.
And I think the key is going to be Devon Butler in the second half. If he can have the same kind of half that he had in the first, then the Lancers will be able to take this thing and take it to the Naval Academy. That's it. On behalf of the entire team, we want to step aside for our halftime break. I want to thank you for listening. Tune in AM 1450. We'll be right back after this important commercial message and a little music so you can take a little trip for a fresh beverage to the refrigerator. We'll see you in about 9 minutes for the start of the third period. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the second half of this incredible 3A state semifinal here. The Linganore Lancers hosting the Oxon Hill Clippers. The Lancers have a 38-14 lead. My name is Michael Betters. I'll be doing your color, and I'll go back upstairs to the press box to Michael Reinick. Michael,
all right, we're back here. It looks like we're getting ready to kick off in the second half. It's going to be Rivera kicking off for Oxon Hill. The Lancers are getting their guys set up. It's number 29, Noah Grennis. Number 10, Joey Felton back deep to receive. Earlier in the game, there was a big kickoff return by Joey Felton on a fake reverse. Let's see if Lancers got something else up their sleeve. Hey, quick shout-out to Linganore JV coach Roger Rich, missing his first game in 15 years.
Why?
Roger, get well soon. Hope you're back on the sidelines or back at the game for next week's game.
Oh, Roger's a good friend of mine. I love him. He's a great guy.
All right, so here we go. Rivera to kick. He gets his toe into it, drives it, line drive towards Grennis. Grennis picks it up. Grennis this time the reverse
went
goes
with the
to
reverse,
Felton.
yes. And Felton brings it out. He gets about 7-8 yards on the carry.
Out to about the 28-yard line. 28-yard line is where they'll start. Hey, Michael, I got a couple of halftime scores, additional scores. Damascus is beating Glenelg 28-7 at halftime.
Wow.
Quince Orchard is beating North Point 14-7. And Wise out of PG County, the number one ranked team we talked about, 27-7 up on Howard. So those are teams that are looking to also punch their ticket.
Anything from Milford Mill or Long Reach?
I think Milford Mill plays tomorrow. I don't think they have lights at their field.
Ah, okay. Here we go.
Snap delay goes to Butler up the middle. Butler's hit hit hard by I think it was number 41.
It was, and they're trying to ball tackle on that one, and I'm sure that's what the coaches told them is we need to take away.
Yeah, they're going to try to flip that around. That was actually, I think, number 42, Damian Williams, who was a linebacker. But with that, about 2-yard gain for Butler, 2nd and 8. I'm sure that Oxon Hill has had their toughness questioned by the coach.
Yeah, they're in a -4 turnover ratio here, and they need to turn that around to win this game. There's the up back straight in.
There it goes, Musselman up the middle.
Foot race.
Cuts back, nice cutback. He's got Cody Redden out there with him. The ball's out. Ball was down. They're saying the ball was down. Musselman ran the ball to the 28-yard line. That's that same quick hitter they scored a touchdown on. He was brought down, I think, by number 8. Might have been number 8.
And that ball popped out on the contact with the ground there, so they're going to rule it.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Michael.
Lancer's ball.
So it's going to be Lancer's ball at the Oxon Hill 30-yard line. That was quick. 11 minutes left in the third quarter. Lay under center. Lay surveys. Snaps. To Davon Butler. Butler trying to get the edge. He does get the edge. He cuts back. He's tackled finally by number 16. That's Reed with help from number 14.
All the way down to the 12-yard line. Butler ran away from the run blitz. They run blitzed up the middle at the A gap, and it was the wrong gap because Butler bounced it out to the C gap.
There we go. We're down to the 12. Lancers quickly into Oxon Hill territory. This is what we were talking about. They had to show a quick response here in the third quarter, and that's what the Lancers are doing, maintaining momentum. Lay under center. Lay to Butler. Butler, stuck in the backfield.
Bottled up in the backfield, yes.
Does a good job to get back to the line of scrimmage. Sometimes Davon Butler gets stuck in the backfield. It looks like he lost one on that, but he decided not to cut it back and just got as much as he could.
The Lancers going a little too often to the well there. They keep running off that right tackle, and, it just was a matter of time before Oxon Hill adjusted.
They are. They're running right, and right again. 10 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Lancers got Brusha in the backfield along with Butler. They got Flower and Schiller. Flower and Schiller split out to the left. They fake this time. Lay looks. Off the hands of Joe Kolick, number 6. Joe Kolick, he's an all-county tight end. And had a chance.
He got screened out on that one. He didn't see where the ball came. There was a clipper in front of him that screened the ball out. He was looking right into it and might have got some lights in the eyes as well.
I was going to say, maybe that would have been one where if Lay could have held on to it just a second longer, he could have cleared that defender. All right, here we go. It's 3rd and 11 from the 12. Lay under center. It looks like Oxon Hill jumped again.
There it is. And defensive encroachment on the hard count.
They did it again. All right, that's 5 yards. That helps the Lancers here. That's going to put the Lancers back inside the 10-yard line at about the 9-yard line. That's the second time the Lancers have been able to do that, where Ryan Lay's come up under center in the hard count. So it's actually going to be on the 8-yard line, and the Lancers have to get think about to the 1, maybe the 2. So here we go. They're back under center. Lay with Musselman and Butler in the backfield. They go to Musselman up the middle again, and the same play that got them the touchdown. Oh, boy.
He's going to be closed. He's right at the marker.
They're down inside the 5. Looks like they're going to mark him about a yard short. This is a tough call for Coach Connor.
It is.
Do you go for the field goal?
No, you got to put the 3 on the board.
Well, Lancers are going to play field position here, and they're going to, once again, this is one of those toughness things. The Lancers right now think they're just tougher than
We're coming at you.
Than the Clippers.
They're going for it. Hand off to the up back.
I don't think he got it.
Get it. No. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs, and that's a big play.
That right tackle submarined in there and caught Musselman around the ankles about a yard behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, that was a big play. If the Lancers could have put some points on the board right there. Yep. It looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 3-yard line.
You always kick the field goal.
Especially Formulac has been good today. There's no doubt about it.
You can't second guess that one.
Long field, short field. George can make it a short field pretty quickly. Rollins is in his own end zone. He'll be taking the snap. He's got Dawkins and number 36 Holmes in the backfield with him. Looked like somebody was going forward at the snap, but Dawkins is hit immediately.
Yeah.
It's number 22 Bromley. He got help. I think it was, I don't know who it was. It might have been number 6 Kolick and number 79 Isaac Truin on the tackle. I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage. They're giving him the line of scrimmage, so they're saying 2nd and 10 here. a yard into the end zones where Rollins standing to take the snap.
Lancers showing blitz off the left side, and then they back out.
They go quickly to George to the outside. He gets sidestepped one person. He's got Pauly, Champagne, Willett.
He is hard to bring down. He's big.
Yep. Lancers did a great job, though, getting a lot of guys to the ball, and he got about a 3 or 4 yard gain. That was the play, almost the same play earlier in the game where they broke it for a long run. So here we go.
Look for him to hit a slant deep over the middle on this one.
3rd and 6. They still got 2 backs in the backfield, Holmes and Dawkins. They've got Banks on the near side. They're going right to left here. Here we go.
They got the matchup on the far side of the field. He's playing him inside. He's looking left.
That's intercepted. Another senior interception. Joe Kolick intercepts the ball down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Lancers at the 5 of Oxon Hill.
I called the play. It was a slant, but Kolick stepped right in front of it, read the eyes of the quarterback, and hit him right in the chest.
I was going to say, you called the play, and they heard your defensive call. So here we go. That's the 4th turnover. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Linganore High School, Lancer Field. It's Michael Reinick with Michael Betterich, our producers, William Warren. And we're here watching the Lancers up 38-14 on 1450, The Source.
Now they're all bunched in tight with a wing right. They're going to show a run right here.
Butler behind Bruscia. Butler to the line.
Touchdown, Lancers. Whoa. Butler would not be denied on that. Patiently following his blockers, and they just ran right over top of the Clippers.
I'll tell you what. They are just playing Linganore Lancer football right now. There's a player down for Oxon Hill on that play.
And that was that left tackle who they ran right over top of him. And he just got caught in it was like, a rush hour on the Beltway right over him.
It's kind of the tale of what the Lancers have been trying to do. Back in the first half, Michael, I got some stats, and when you look at it, the Lancers only completed 4 passes, 149 yards to Joey Felton, 64 yards to Davon Butler, and 4 yards to Drew Flower. Davon Butler had run for 71 yards, and Ben Melton for 67. Lancers are controlling the game on the ground.
We'll step aside for a break during this injury timeout. We'll be right back. You're listening to AM 1450, and this is your source for the best high school sports broadcast in the region.
Gettysburg Auto Auction is experiencing another record sales year and needs additional inventory and buyers for this Thursday night sale. If you are a new or used car dealer and are tired of the expense and hassle of those huge dealer auctions, it may be time to try this little public auction where prices match the big guys and expenses are 50% less. Last Thursday's sale included a low-mileage 2005 Mini Cooper for the low price of $2,600, a 2010 Nissan Sentra for $900, and a 1999 4x4 Dodge Ram with just 33,000 miles for an outstanding price of $750. Gettysburg Auto Auction still has the lowest fees of any auction and the highest customer satisfaction record possible. Couple those with our exclusive Bid Drive-By program where you get to drive your car before you buy it, and Leftover Fridays where you can drive any vehicle and buy it on the spot. Gettysburg Auto Auction is a totally unique auto auction. Gettysburg Auto Auction is located at the Steinware exit on Route 15 just north of the Maryland line. For a sampling of inventory and policy guidelines, go to GettyAuto.com. Gettysburg Auto Auction, the little auction shooting for our all-time best sale year.
We're back here. The Lancers are going for 2. Lay on the pitch to Felton. Felton trying to get the corner.
Nope, out of bounds.
He did not get in.
Just missed the marker, and now Felton's on the ground. He's hurt.
Now, that's actually one of the Clippers. Looks like number 14 for the Clippers, Amon Smith.
Oh, yeah,
you're
right.
Who drove him out of bounds. And just a note, that was strong safety Paul Reed, who was injured on the previous play for the Clippers. He was taken off the field. He's played a great game and valuable member. 8:30 left here in the third quarter. 44-14. Lancers up by 30.
So why did they go for the 2-point conversion? I don't get it.
I think they were thinking a 2-point conversion and a field goal gets them to 35, Michael. And
no, the math doesn't work.
Let's see. Well, if they get 46 and they get another 3, they'd be up to 49. That'd be 35 in a running clock. So maybe they were thinking that they were going to.
All right.
Next time they get down there, they will kick that field goal and take the 3 points.
That's thinking ahead, I think.
I don't know. Maybe Maybe they got a couple math teachers on the sideline.
Well, right now they got a 30-point lead, and that's, 30 points. You're talking 4 scores now.
It is, yep. 4 scores and a couple of 2-point conversions to go with it. So, all right, here we go. We're back. Lancers are kicking off. Bennett Formulac. He's got, David George is back there saying, give me the ball.
Yeah.
If they go short, he's like, give it to me.
Look how far up they're playing. They're sitting on the 15-yard line. They're not expecting very deep kick.
Yeah, and
he pooches it.
Number 12.
Yeah.
Number 12 makes the play and just falls down the field. That's Latrell Brame.
And that was not a mistake because he had room to push that ball upfield. And I think he just went, he didn't look at the situation. He just went to his training. And when you're the up back like that and you get that catch, you're trained to fall down on it.
I agree. That's one of the things that the Lancers try to do. They try to, make people that aren't comfortable necessarily make that play. And that's what they did there. And as you said, possession of the ball was the most important thing for him there. We got the referees coming to the sideline here. I'm not sure. There might be a clock
learned that
issue.
trick from Middletown. Now, Middletown would kick that ball straight up in the air. It would only go about 15 yards, but it would go about 30 yards up in the air. And when it came down, everybody and his brother was there, and it was a free-for-all to get to the ball.
Right,
and it would work.
And sometimes you end up with the ball out of that scrum. So, it's another opportunity to create a turnover.
So what do you think they're telling Coach Connor here on the near side?
They just made a clock correction, I think, Coach Connor. So it's at 8:25 left in the third quarter. I think the clock didn't stop running on that. It shouldn't have started because he immediately took a knee upon receiving that kick. All right, they're going to George. They're going on to George. Paulie's out there with him.
He let him outside. That was a big mistake. Number 9 did not contain the outer edge, and he let George get outside of him.
He did. He got outside, and guess who was back there to make a play for the Lancers? Number 5, Nick Albano, but a big gain. That was about a 30-yard gain on first down, and they're going to try to get the ball any way they can to number 11, George, Michael.
Yeah, and that was a little trickery there as they went. The motion went to the left, and then they reversed jet sweep, going the other way against the grain to George from the slot position where he was lined up.
There was a penalty flag on that play.
Uh-oh.
There was an illegal motion on the or illegal procedure.
And credit the Coach Connor on this side for catching that, pointing it to the referee, and the referee agreed.
Now, the hard part is they've already moved the stick, so we got to try to remember where that ball was. I think it was about the 31 or 32-yard line.
Yeah.
Should come back and be 5 yards from there. I'm going to guess we're going to have a delay here because they're going to have to explain this one to the Oxon Hill coaching staff, and then they're going to have to probably try to find out where the ball started after that kickoff. I think it was about the 31-yard line, so they should have to take it back to the 31 and then 5 from there. So around the 25 or 26-yard line.
So it was a motion penalty from the 31-yard line.
And it'll be
they
first
mark
down.
It yeah. And the reason for that call was they had 2 people in motion. The flanker on the right side and the slot on the left, George.
Okay, yeah, I didn't pick that up. That looked like, I was going to say, a Canadian football play there or something like that.
Everybody goes in motion.
Here we go. They're going to move it. I guess the ball started at the 33. They're going to move it back to the 28. 1st and 15 for the Clippers from the 28-yard line. So here we go.
So that penalty has a net 35-yard effect.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's a big play there. All right, so it's Dawkins in the backfield with Rollins. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Rollins has time. He throws the out pattern. Boom!
Oh, hammered.
Number 5, Nick Albano is everywhere.
He is having a great
Albano
game.
just took out number 8.
He very patiently didn't try to jump the route and miss. He knew he had the hit, and he timed it just as the ball arrived. He hit him and made him pay.
Well, Michael, that was the play in the first half where they let George get by him because they tried to jump the pattern. That one, Albano knew his job, and his job was to drop that receiver right as he caught it. Great play by Nick Albano, number 5. And they go out to the right. And they're blocking number 12 on the block. Great play. That was Albano holding up George. George ends up with about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Oh, now there's a penalty flag on the far side.
That one's against the Lancers.
I think they might have hit George when he was already out of bounds.
Yeah, Felton put his hands on his helmet saying, oh, boy, I saw that. Let's see what the call is. The referee's on the far side of the field where the Clippers are. Here comes the official call.
It's after the play on sportsmanlike conduct on the Lancers. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and that will actually, from the end of that run, which only gained about 2 yards, will give the Clippers a first down. So we're getting some key penalties here, Michael, that are we had a very clean first half from a penalty standpoint, but that's 2 penalties on our first 3 plays here in the second half.
And you called it. It was a late hit out of bounds. That's exactly what happened. And, sometimes in the heat of battle, they just over-pursue, and you miss where that marker is, and it's not intentional.
Now, we're getting later in the game here as some of these guys maybe getting a little bit tired. It's a long season. Rollins
going to go deep on this one. Now he scrambles.
Pressures him. Rollins
He's got some room.
He does. He's hit by Zudal. He's hit by a host of guys, but that was a heck of a run by Rollins. He gained about 12 yards. He got outside pressure by number 57, Brandon Champagne. He stepped up out of the pressure. Great job. And then broke about 3 or 4 tackles on that run to get 12 yards.
He is a big, strong quarterback, and he showed his speed and his strength in there. A great spin move.
I think they list him at 6'1", 200 pounds. That's as big as linebackers are going to be playing. All right, here we go. Rollins with Dawkins in the backfield. He's got Banks. He's got George. George still has
a flag on the far side, and we stopped the play. So that's a dead ball flag.
I don't think they actually had people on the line of scrimmage.
Motion against the Clippers.
All right, so that's the second one of those this half against the Clippers. I'm not sure if they're using different formations, if they're trying to do some things, but George never moved on the snap of that play. He was looking over at the sideline at the referee. He might have been, I'm guessing there's a possibility that he might have been asking if he was on the line of scrimmage and maybe moving up towards the line of scrimmage.
So look here for the deep cross. As they're trying to get some picking action, they load up the right side, and they're looking for that deep cross.
Banks is their speedster. He's on the bottom of it. And there you go. They went with the pump fake. There's a hold. It's going to be a hold. Incomplete pass. Number 20, Dawkins, held number 31, Bromley. I'm almost positive that's the call.
It is, and the referee's standing. The back judge threw that flag right at the line of scrimmage.
And so where it's at, it looks like it's about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a 12-yard penalty if the Lancers choose to take it.
So back-to-back penalties for the Clippers. They're moving the wrong direction, Michael.
Yep, Kolick, the defensive captain, talking to the referee, and it would be either first or 15 or first and about 27. Michael, I'm watching the Clippers come back to the line of scrimmage. Number 11, George, walking back after that one.
Yeah.
Just getting back to the line of scrimmage now. He may be getting tired. It's a long game, and he's been the target of a lot of plays, a lot of tackles. So back at the 41 of Oxon Hill. Oxon Hill has to get to the 31 of Linganore. So that's
first in a country mile.
Yeah, that's going to be a long one. And the way those defensive backs for Linganore are out hawking
the ball.
Now
we got a timeout. Referee there's a problem with the clock.
Okay, I think they're going to reset the play clock. No, I'm not sure.
I think so.
Yeah, they reset the play clock. Here we go. Rollins is back now. He's got Dawkins below. George is by himself at the top with Felton. George is going deep.
Drop.
They go with the screen to Dawkins.
Screen, and it's
Zudal in the backfield.
All the way. He sniffed that one out from the start.
Not getting away from Jake Zudal. No, Jake Zudal's a beast in the weight room, and number 20 Dawkins was going to try to get away from that, but I don't think that's going to happen. They lost more yardage on that, Michael. They are now back at their own 32-yard line. They need to get
41-yard line. No, check that. 31-yard line.
Yeah, so they got to get 19. They got to get 37 yards for a first down, I think. Okay, let's go. It's second down. Rollins is back. I don't know if they got a first or second and 30 play, but I bet you would go to number 11, George, if they had one.
You need to chip away at it a little bit. They're looking left. They want to go with the deep slant. He's got some pressure. He scrambles up the middle wide open, and he's caught. 10-yard gain on the scramble.
Number 57, Brandon Champagne. Number 6, Joe Kolick. He gained about 10 on that. So that makes it a little more manageable.
I don't know about that.
It's 3rd and 28 is what.
How about a quick kick right here?
It might be, and unfortunately, the Oxon Hill receivers are running a lot of deep routes,
and
it's taking a long time for them to get back to the line of scrimmage. Rollins is looking to the sideline. George is isolated at the top. They got a safety rolled over the top of him. Willett's on that side.
Look at the cushion on George.
And there goes George. He's going deep.
He stumbled a little bit.
They go with a crossing pattern, incomplete. Pressure by number 6, Joe Kolick on Rollins. And I think they're going to have to punt here.
Absolutely.
Michael, in the first half, we noticed that the punter is number 11. Punter's number 11, or was in the first time. Let's see. He's going to be back there again.
He's back there. There he is.
You got to be really careful about that.
Yeah, well, not this time because he's got to go, let's see, 10, 20. He's got to go 30 yards for a first down.
Okay, Lancers are going to play this one safe. Felton's back as a single back. That's a long snap. That's a high
it's
snap.
high. He gets it down and gets it away. It's blocked. It's blocked. The ball's on the ground. Picked up by the Lancers.
Hey, guess who blocked that?
Who?
Number 5, Nick Albano on the block.
Big Nicky having a game of his life.
Nick Albano on the block. Downed inside the 20 at the 16-yard line. Lancers, 1st and 10 on the 16.
George had to go 5 feet up in the air to get that snap and bring it down. He was successful in that, but he couldn't. That cost him the delay in time cost him the penetration by the receiving team, and they were able to block that punt.
Orion Lay under center, Joey Bruscia in the backfield, along with it looks like it might be Musselman. Musselman on the carry. Musselman up the middle, minimum gain 2 yards maybe. Michael, I had a conversation with Coach Rick Connor yesterday, and one of the things Coach Connor told me is he said he thinks this defense had the best week of practice that they ever had.
Is that right?
And they have played that way today. I mean, they are all over the place, and for these seniors, they realize that if you don't play as hard as you can,
one and done.
Last time you're done. So here we go.
Well,
Lay under center.
They play like they practice.
Bruscia and Musselman. Lay to Musselman. They're running left this time. Bruscia has the corner.
He's going to go all the way.
There's a flag. There's a flag on the flag.
Yeah, that one's coming back. Side judge.
Musselman made it. It looks like a hold against the Lancers at about the 10-yard line. So that was that was a big play because, Michael, if they get one more touchdown here, the game's kind of academic, and it goes to a running clock. So,
you notice that Coach Connor had set this one up. He'd run right. He comes back left, and look how much yardage you got on that.
Yeah, and he had it. He had the fullback had gotten out there and sealed. Just must have been somebody on the interior of that left side of the line. It was about 3 yards downfield too. So it's actually a 10-yard penalty from the 10, taking it back to the 20, which will make it 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14 from the 20 for the Lancers. Lay hands off to Musselman again. They're going to run that left side again, and Musselman gets about 6.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
The original line of scrimmage, yep. They're back about the same place. I'll tell you what, this is just Linganore basically telling the Clippers at this point in time, we're going to keep it on the ground, and it's going to come at you.
Yeah, stop us on the run.
Let's see. We have not seen Davon Butler on this series. It's Bruscia and Musselman, Schiller and Flower. Felton's getting a little bit of a break. I don't see anybody on the sideline here, so may just be a break in a series for Davon.
And it's a smart move because you get 30-point lead, straight ahead run.
Musselman up the middle. Musselman down to about the 9-yard line.
6-yard carry.
So here we go. It's about 3rd and 3, 4th and 3 rather. Let's see what they're going to do. Are they going to send Formulac out to attempt the kick?
I sure hope so.
Or are they going to go for it?
They're going to kick it. I just saw the signal from the sidelines. They're going to kick it.
Well, they have not sent Formulac out, so here we go.
That is not the signal I saw.
4th and 3 for the Lancers. Here we go. Lay under center. Lay, maybe trying the hard count again here.
Yeah, he is. He's going with the hard count. We're down to 5 seconds.
They go to Musselman. Musselman kicks it out. Musselman to the
first
corner.
Down.
Touchdown, Lancers.
Wow, what a gutsy call by Coach Connor. Going with the hard count to try to draw him off, and then with 3 seconds on the play clock, they bounce it around the left side and score.
That makes the score 50-14, Michael, and it's a running clock. In the state semifinal game, the Lancers have gotten a running clock. Willett to snap. Bromley to hold. Formulac to kick. Here we go for the extra point. Snap is down. The kick is good.
Kick. Splits the uprights.
What a great third quarter here.
Wow.
3 minutes left. it's going to be a running clock here unless if the Clippers can get back on the board.
You know, this is the 5th game I've done this year of the Lancers on the radio, and I got to tell you, this is one heck of an improved team from the last time I saw them.
I think the turning point was the Middletown game. The third quarter of the Middletown game where the defense had to step up and hold the Knights to 4 field goals, and then they came back to win that game. That's kind of when the team realized their potential, and ever since then they've been building and building and building every week. And it looks like they're going to be one of the last 8 teams in the state of Maryland playing football next week.
Boy, they are peaking at the right time. I got to tell you, this is a formidable offense and a defense that's even better.
All right, so the Lancers are going to line up to kick. We'll be under 2 minutes by the time this kickoff goes, and we'll have to see what they do. Number 11, George, he's going to move over. He's going to switch with Dawkins. I'm pretty sure Formulac can see where he's going, and it's not going to him.
Two receivers back deep now for the Clippers.
And there's that short pooch kick to number 12 again, and this time
he goes right back down on the ground again.
He played it safe. He had plenty of room to run, but Latrell Brame just decided that we'll take it at the 35 and take our chances.
Well, that's what they're trained to do, but, in a situation like this where you're down, it's your whole season on the line. You're going to have to make something happen. You just got to go for those.
All right, so the Lancers up 50-14, running clock, 1 minute and 25 seconds left. Last time the Lancers were in the state finals, 2013. Rollins looking for the call, looks back to the sideline. Blitz by Kolick. He's coming up the middle. They force Rollins out. Rollins is on the run. Zudal has him by the shirt tail. Kolick there to help.
It's a sack.
And he is down. Loss of 6 on the play. That's Zudal and Kolick. The seniors are playing their tails off, Michael. They are playing about as hard as you can play a football game for the Lancers.
This defense is coming on stronger and stronger in every play. When you get this kind of a lead, it's time to have fun, and you can just tee off and go after it, and that's exactly. They're laying their ears back out there.
Yeah, and I think, what we're starting to see now is that this offense, they've run a lot of plays, haven't gotten a lot of yards, but they're getting tired. That offensive line is really having a hard time controlling
There comes quicker, blitz off the edge on this side.
Yep, it looked like Joey Bromley's
there
coming on the blitz. He's got a shot at him. Oh, he gets away.
He spins and gets out of it.
Champagne.
Oh, knocked down.
Brandon Champagne gets the ball, knocks it down. That's what they teach at the line of scrimmage. You don't get to the quarterback. You get your hands up. Michael, that's going to be the last play of the third quarter here. We're down to 9 seconds. And, ladies and gentlemen, at 14:50 the source. Score, Linganore 51, Oxon Hill 14. That's the end of the third quarter.
Nowadays, we are bombarded with negative bias reporting about police. Take a break from the spin and listen to the Law Enforcement Today radio show. No in-your-face reporting. The show features the experiences and perspectives of law enforcement officers, their families, and supporters. Check out our website, lawenforcementtoday.com, and be sure to like and follow us on Facebook and other social media outlets. The Law Enforcement Today radio show, Tuesdays from 5 to 6 p.m. on AM 1450, The Source.
All right, we're back here at Linganore High School. It's Michael Reinick with Michael Betteridge and producer William Warren, and we're here watching the Lancers start the fourth quarter up by 37 points over the Oxon Hill Clippers in the state 3A semifinal game. A berth in the state final game next Thursday at the Marine Corps Stadium at Annapolis. So. I think we're gonna be seeing the Lancers in that game. It's been a great fall for Linganore, Michael. Last weekend we were at Loyola University and we saw the girls win their first 3A soccer championship.
Congratulations, Linganore girls.
Looks like here we go. Rollins is about ready to get the snap. He takes the snap. He's looking. He throws out to George. George drops it.
He heard footsteps on that one. What happened was he tried to turn and run with the ball before he looked it into his hands.
Yeah, he's trying to make as much on his own as he can out there, and that time he had to catch the ball first. But I would say in the Lancers soccer team, the Lancers boys cross-country team also won the 3A state championship. Wow. The Lancers cheerleading team won the state championship.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that, yes.
And so it's been a great fall here at Linganore, and the football team is going to be going to the state finals. So
last year we were there with Walkersville, our first year at the Naval Academy.
And the Lions won an undefeated season here in Frederick County. Hopefully Linganore can represent as well as the Lions did last year.
Well, they're representing here tonight.
George is to kick.
Now the flag.
No, there's a flag.
Delay of game.
Not sure what the flag is. Delay
of game.
Against the Clippers.
Yes.
My guess is they were trying to run something other than a punt on that play, and it just wasn't set up properly. But now it's going to be, we'll make it 20. It's going to be 4th and 20 from where they're going to be at now. George is back to kick. Actually, they were short a player on the line of scrimmage. So,
if you just joined us, Linganore has a 51-14 lead in the running clock here in the fourth quarter.
Snap goes to George. His last punt was blocked. George gets away a good punt. Felton calls for a fair catch. Catches it surrounded by 2 Clippers. And the Lancers take over on the 40.
Good field position out of that.
It'll be interesting to see now if the Lancers get a couple other players on the field as we get deeper into this. Let's see what we got coming out. Coach Connor has the team, and Coach Rich, the offensive coach on the field. And Coach Chris O'Connor is the offensive coach in the booth.
And Connor's going to put some of his second-level players in there and give them some experience in this game.
We got some names we're going to be able to call out here. At tailback now, we got Colby Bannon. We also got now... we've moved our fullback. Joey Brusha has actually moved to quarterback, and number 34 Kenny McQuay is our fullback. We got Casper, number 8, as one of our receivers. I can't see on the top, on the far side of the field, who the receiver is.
Clippers got 8 in the box, expecting run all the way on this one, and that's what they get.
Hand off to Bannon. Colby Bannon up, gains about 5.
Oh, that ball got away from him for a second.
Bannon gets about 5. That other receiver far away from us is number 18. Number 18 is Brian Rumberg. Brian Rumberg is out there along with James Casper. Bannon is the tailback. McQuay is the fullback. One of our tight ends looks like on this side is that number 48 right in front of me. Number 48, Mason Wills in at tight end.
Wow.
We'll try to get all the linemen, get them mentioned here. Brusha under center. This time Brusha goes to Bannon again. Bannon gets the edge.
First
Bannon
down yardage.
Bannon out of bounds. Lancer, first down. Is there a flag on the play? There might be a flag.
No, yes, I don't see it. No, yeah, flag. There it is. There is one. Right here on the near side. It's holding against Linganore.
Holding against the Lancers. Well, that was a nice looking play.
That's why.
Unfortunately. Let's see. Who else we got out here for the Lancers? We got number 70, Morgan Fink, out there. We got number 65, Adam Cooper. We got number 77, Joseph Hartung. Number 67, Kyle Keeney. And I can't see who our last lineman is there.
They mark it all the way back to the 35-yard line now, so it's going to be 2nd and 15 for the Lancers.
We got number 71. That's not James Booth, though. I'm sorry. We don't know who that is. That's another number 71 for the Lancers out there. All right, the Lancers are regrouping here. Brusha looks to the sideline. He's got his play. 2nd and 15. Here we go. Brusha gives it to Bannon. Bannon out to the outside. The same play they just ran.
He loves bouncing that thing outside.
Same play they just ran. They pick up about 6 or 7.
You'd think the Clippers would adjust to that. That's like, the same play 3 times in a row. They bunch everybody in tight, go run blitz up the middle, and they're running around the left end. I mean, come on, guys. Overload.
My guess is you might see that quick hitter to McQuay on this play after you go wide 3 times in a row. All right, the Lancers, they're coming to the line of scrimmage. They got 15 on the play clock.
Yeah.
Coach Mike Rich is singling the play in. Joey's under center.
If I'm Connor, I'm going with a little counter action the other way now.
They have 7 guys at the line of scrimmage. They go to Bannon. Oh, he almost lost it.
Straight
Bannon
ahead.
Gets
First
out.
Down yardage.
And there's a flag on the tackle.
Bunch of them.
I believe that's going to be a face mask.
Yeah, it is. They grabbed him right in the grill.
Colby Bannon gets around the outside. The tackle was by, I think, number 8 for that was Davon Harvey. I think that was the
personal foul.
Face mask. That's going to be 15 yards onto the end of that.
And, Bannon is not trying to run around the outside. He's going up the middle out of the I formation, deep back in the I formation. He's hitting it over the tackle, and there's nothing there because they're all 8 in the box there, and they're all pinching in. So he just quick bounces it outside, and it's wide open.
Yeah, the Clippers keep losing containment on the outside on every play. As you said, they're trying to run blitz up the middle. Unfortunately, the play is just they're taking what they're giving them, which is 6, 7, 8 yards every time out to the outside. Yet on the 15-yard penalty, the Lancers have the ball on the Oxon Hill 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
All the way down to 6 minutes to go in this game.
Brusha. Whoa! Bannon hit hard that time by number 42.
Mack Truck just ran over him. He gets up slow. Man, oh man, did he get walloped.
Damian Williams and
comes
Bannon
up limping. He's grabbing that right calf.
Comes up a little gimpy. There's going to be a timeout for an injury. Bannon's going to come off the field. Lancers are going to bring in another tailback. Number 29, Noah Grenis is going to come into the tailback position.
Bannon just got walloped. I mean, he just got.
Actually, they're going to put Grenis in the slot. They got McQuay as the lone back behind Brusha with Casper. They go to McQuay right up the middle. Quick hitter, Kenny McQuay.
Into the secondary, trying to rip the ball out. Their ball tackling. It's going to cost them.
The ball did come out.
Oh, they've got the ball. Clippers have it now on the turnover. They ripped it out.
It was a great run by Kenny McQuay. He got about 15 to 18 yards. Number 11, George, was just ripping at the ball the entire time. He was just trying to, as you said, make ball tackles, trying to get a turnover. He ultimately got it out, but not before...
we got a Clipper down.
And we do, and that might have been the gentleman who recovered the ball, running it back. There's an injury timeout here. That does stop the clock. The running clock stops with 4:53 left. Lancers winning at the present moment in time, 51-14.
All right, we'll step aside for an injury timeout here on the field. Our trainers attend to that down player.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. A referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Maryland did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
This message presented by the Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletic Association and the Maryland State Athletic Directors Association.
We're back, and Oxon Hill ran a play while we were gone. They gained a few yards. They're at their own 20 now. It's 2nd and 8. Try to figure out who we got in for the Lancers. Rollins throws on the screen, that bubble screen to George. George tackled by a host of Lancers. Hey, guess what? I believe that was number 31, Michael Bromley, who tripped him up. Bromley's still in the game. We got number
25 on the play. Good containment in the middle by that defense.
The defensive backfield for the Lancers right now has number 11, Rafi Rios, at the corner with Noah Grenis on the other side.
Down to 3:47 to go in this game.
Rollins takes the snap. He's looking. He throws the screen. I believe that's incomplete. Defended on that play by Bromley, and it looks like it might have been number 18, Rumberg, on the coverage for the Lancers.
He had a few on that one, but he just flat out overthrew that.
He did. Lancers are running a lot of guys on and off the field. Number 32 comes on the field for Bromley, Dalton Jeffers. He'll be playing at one of the linebacker spots. I believe it might be the freshman, it might be the freshman Brady Domro who came in to play the other linebacker spot. They got number 91 on the field. I believe that's another one of the junior varsity call-ups. He's trying to get around the big man. Rollins has to roll out right.
He ran into his own man.
He's getting pursued by number 32.
They got him.
41. Oh, the Lancers. There are 8 Lancers on top of the quarterback trying to roll out.
Great pursuit from the whole team.
And that was a 4th down play, Michael. I didn't realize that, but that's a turnover on downs, and the Lancers will take over 1st and 10 on the Oxon Hill 30-yard line. No, Oxon Hill 25-yard line.
Yeah, they're on the 25.
I don't think Coach Connor is going to be in a big hurry here to run anything. My best guess is his goals are to get out of this without anyone else getting injured and maybe even take a knee here. We'll see.
Here goes his offense out on the field. It's a 2:13 running clock with the Lancers up 51-14.
15 on the play clock. Brusha just ran in and found the referee, and I think he told him they're just taking a knee. So this should prevent any major action on any of these plays. I don't think the Lancers have enough players. That's going to be a delay game.
They took the delay on that. No, that was on purpose. They took the delay on purpose just to bleed off the clock. Because now all they have to do is knee down twice and we're out of here.
All right, here we go. Lancers are going to come up under center. Brusha has it. McQuay's his lone set back.
They're going to run up the middle. They're going to run a simple dive play with McQuaid up the middle right here.
All right, Lancers have, they haven't even started the play clock yet, so they just started it now.
Now he's going to let it run. Smart move.
He takes the knee.
He goes knee down, yeah.
Brusha takes the knee. So we're at about a minute 10 here, Michael. So I guess the summary of this game, it's Frederick County's going to be sending the team back to the state championship. It's been a long time since we haven't had a team in the state championship. You said last year Walkersville. This year looks like it'll be the Lancers. They're going to take on the winner of the, I think it's Milford Mill Long Branch game tomorrow. So
Walkersville 3 years in a row. Middletown 3 years in a row. You got a Catoctin and a Linganore thrown in there during the mix.
Yeah, I was going to say we've had great runs in terms of some dynasties at Middletown and Walkersville. Linganore might be the most consistent one of all of them. They get back to the state championship about every 3 or 4 years over the last 20 years. So here we go. Brusha takes a knee. They'll have to run one more play here. We're under 20 seconds. The Lancers are 20 seconds away.
This play clock is 12. Yep. 5-second difference between the play and the field clock.
Brusha takes the snap, takes the knee. Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it.
That'll do it.
Linganore Lancers have won this 3A state semifinal game. They're going to the state finals. State finalists, Linganore Lancers, 3A Maryland.
Congratulations to the Lancers, and they are celebrating en masse. Leaping up and down, bouncing all over the place, hugging each other. What a great win. And it wasn't even close. We thought this would be a much, much closer game.
Well, the way the first half started, it looked like they had big play potential. But I think if we looked at the time of possession overall, Linganore probably won that game 2-1 and then won the turnover game 4-1, including a blocked punt. So you add that one in, that's like another turnover. Keys to the game. Stopping George, he showed his potential in the first half, but in the second half, he got nothing for the Clippers. And the Lancers just did their thing. On the ground. Great plays by all the seniors in the defensive backfield. I think we had 5 interceptions, right? Albano, yes, 2, Kolick, Polly.
Spread them around.
Amazing display by the Lancers, and they will be going back. They'll be seeing who they play next week. A very talented Milford Mill team.
So we're headed
one
back.
Loss to Tuscarora on the year. That's their only loss.
Yeah. We're headed back to the Naval Academy next Thursday night, 7 p.m. kickoff, right here on AM 1450. I see Kyle McFadden's out there on the field. His pregame interview, he predicted Oxon Hill would win.
Well,
have to get him up here and talk to him about it.
Kyle has the potential to provide bulletin board material.
He's had a tough week, hasn't he, with Walkersville? I don't think he's going to be showing his face in Walkersville anytime soon after all that bulletin board material that he provided for Damascus. And now this, an Oxon Hill prediction of a victory and in our pregame interview. And there they are. They're all kneeling down for the team picture. The Linganore Lancers are victorious in a blowout win.
Yeah, and I know Coach Connor's really proud of these guys. He challenged them back about week 5 or 6 of the season, and he knew there was a lot of potential. But potential doesn't win championships. You got to play it on the field, and you got to put in all the hard work. So there's going to be 2 teams playing on Thursday night. They're the only 2 teams in the state of Maryland.
All right, we'll step aside for our last break. Come back with our final game wrap-up after this important message.
We want to send you and a guest pheasant hunting in South Dakota, the pheasant capital of the world. Hi, I'm Billy Kinder, host of Big Billy Kinder Outdoors, and we've teamed up with our friends at Spring Creek Resort in the heart of South Dakota's pheasant country to treat you and a guest to great lodging, awesome meals, and the world's best pheasant hunting. Register to win at bbkoradio.com and join us in the camp house this weekend.
Tune in Saturdays from 8 to 10 a.m. on Big Billy Kinder's Outdoor Show to learn more about this exciting hunting vacation giveaway.
Serving our community for over 50 years with quality service at a fair price, Brownie's Auto Repair employs only ASE certified technicians. Brownie's is one of only 33 shops in the state of Maryland designated as an ASE Blue Seal of Excellence repair facility. They want to help you maintain your vehicle in a manner that keeps it trouble-free and fun to drive. Stop by today. That's Brownie's Auto Repair, located on Frederick Street in Walkersville, a proud sponsor of Walkersville High School Athletics.
This is Dave Johnson, radio voice of the Washington Wizards. I want to tell you about an exciting sports store in Frederick. Play It Again Sports. That's right, Play It Again Sports is located on Buckystown Pike. If you're like me and you're tired of spending big bucks on sports equipment your kids will outgrow, head on down to Play It Again Sports and sell your old gear and then buy new or used gear. Whether it's lacrosse, football, hockey, basketball, soccer, or ski and snowboarding, Play It Again Sports has all your new and used sporting good needs. You can walk out with new equipment, money in your pocket, or both. Unbelievable. That's Play It Again Sports in Frederick for whatever sport you play.
MedOne Pharmacy is the largest locally owned and operated pharmacy in Frederick County. MedOne Pharmacy has 4 locations in Brunswick, Emmitsburg, Middletown, and Thurmont to provide you with convenience, experience, service, tradition, and value. MedOne Pharmacy. Check out their website at med1pharmacy.com. That's MEDONE pharmacy.com today. Or for more information, call them at 301-271-2223.
MedOne Pharmacy is a proud sponsor of Frederick County Public School Athletics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, congratulations, Linganore Lancers victorious 51-14 over the Oxon Hill Clippers. Michael, your thoughts on the final game wrap-up here?
Well, I think that we look at the recap, and the Lancers ended up doing what they wanted to do in that game, Michael. They controlled the line of scrimmage and won the ground game and the turnover game. And that's really the key. And as we said, in all these games, very talented teams, but turning the ball over will result in problems for any team, no matter how talented they are. I think that Coach Rick Connors, he said the team had a great week of practice, and they were prepared.
Well, you know, it's amazing, and the irony of this is that this is Black Friday, and the Linganore Lancers, wearing their black-on-black uniforms, have come out of here with a victory on Black Friday, and it indeed is just a very, very special day for these Linganore Lancers teams. You know, that first quarter of action, I take it all the way back to the beginning of the game, in the first quarter, it looked like we were in was going to be a horse race.
Yeah, the two teams, I think what you were seeing right there was they were each trying to, impose what they wanted to do on the field. And in the long term, Linganore was able to adapt to what the Oxon Hill Clippers were doing, which was trying to get the ball to number 11 as often as they could. And Oxon Hill never adapted to the run game of the Lancers. I mean, they seem to be able to run at will.
And And the Lancers, let's face it, the Lancers just have more talent at the skill positions than Oxon Hill. Oxon Hill, really a one-dimensional team, Rollins and George, the whole offense.
Yeah, they were missing their top running back, number 2. At the beginning of the game, he tried to make a go of it. He ran the first ball and came off with a limp. Looked like he had an ankle taped up and stuff like that. So maybe that would have helped make a difference. But, most of those tackles were being made behind the line of scrimmage. So, you look at talented running backs, their success is often rooted in the offensive line. And I guess that's where a lot of the, success, we don't talk about these guys a lot for the Lancers, but that offensive line did a heck of a job throughout this game.
They were blowing them off.
I mean, the offensive line of Matthew Beakey and Cody Rennan and James Booth at center. Patrick Conboy was out there. Those guys were the guys that were making the holes, allowing the Lancers to control the line of scrimmage. And as we noticed, Oxon Hill was just tired by the end of the game.
So, the Lancers onward and upward next week. Naval Academy, Thursday night, 7 p.m. kickoff. They'll face either Milford Mill or Longreach. And, the odds are it'll be Milford Mill. Milford Mill, a strong team, looking good. But, Lancers, they really made a statement here tonight. And they're going to come into that game very strong and very confident.
Yeah, Coach Rick Connor's been around a long time. He's been to the state championship game. He knows how to make sure his team's prepared. And these guys are going to have a little bit of time to get healthy. Maybe they'll get lucky. Maybe they'll get Zamari Snowden back, get another one of these players back. We saw Jake Zudall made a difference today, a couple of sacks, a couple of big tackles. And so, they could go into this pretty healthy. I didn't notice any major injuries for the Lancers today. Mm-hmm. And, this is what all these kids, this is what Linganore football is about. The kids play and they prepare every year. And their expectation is to make the playoffs and then hopefully go as deep as they can in the playoffs. And this year, like 2013 and like 2009, the last time they were state champions, the great Zach Swinak and Rob Havenstein team, they fulfilled what their job was. So it's going to be a fun day on Thursday, I'm sure, in Newmarket and Mount Airy, and be a lot of cars heading down to Annapolis for that game. And so hopefully they can put a performance on like they did today.
And I was just thinking about that, the best team that we've seen in a long time, the team that was stopped 2 years in a row by Damascus. Damascus moves down to the 2A, not in the way anymore. Linganore will be playing for the state championship, and they'll be in it. And that's after a Damascus team has been able to move forward and go into and it's just amazing. Ironically, they were one play away from beating Damascus 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, no, we were there at that game. The frozen field, the lights going out, everything. Yep. Everything seems to happen at Damascus. 2 years before that, they lost in Damascus when they went to kick a field goal and the ball deflated. Lots of strange things happened there. But I think that as you kind of summarize what the Lancer program's all about, it's 5 straight years of making the playoffs, giving everybody the hardest game they can, playing to the end of the season, no matter whether that ends in the first round of the playoffs or at the state final game.
Yeah.
And next week they get to be that team that plays the last day of the season.
Coach Connor in his 16th season with 149-40 record.
Yeah, I think you add 11 to that. 11 wins. This is win number 160 for Coach Connor today. Because the 11 wins, 11-2. Just another thing about Frederick County football. Linganore dominated Oxon Hill today, but in those 2 games earlier this year against Walkersville and Oakdale, they had a difficult time.
Yes.
And so there is really high quality football being played here, and all of those things hopefully will mean a lot of Frederick County coming down to support the Lancers next Thursday, just like we see them travel with Middletown and Walkersville and all these other schools.
Yeah, Frederick County, great football, great. Just an honor to be a part of this. And Michael, I want to thank you. It's an honor to have you here for the first time with us in the booth. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. You did a great job here tonight. Good to have you with us.
Thank you, Michael, and I appreciate being here and supporting Linganore Lancer and Frederick County football.
All right, well, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire AM 1450 team, myself, Michael Betteridge, Dr. Michael Ranick, and William Warren, thank you for tuning in. Once again, I want to remind you this game will be podcast and video in its entirety, play-by-play, color, video, everything for you up on the website tomorrow, WTHU.org. Click on the Audio Vault, go in, and we'll have the broadcast on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next Thursday night at the Naval Academy, where the Linganore Lancers will face some other team in the state. We'll be there to give you all the live game coverage.